game at 6 o'clock right here. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Zone.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You like how I'm letting the drama build?
Like, do we want to do this or what?
Good morning, everybody! How we doing? Happy Monday. Fun day.
Light this candle.
Let's do it,
Fire it
man.
off, baby.
Yes. Yes. Welcome in, everybody. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1. I'm A.J. Hoffman. That other deep, melodious voice you hear.
Did you say odious?
Melodious.
Melodious. It's more than odious.
That's right.
Melodious.
That's Rob Thompson.
Good morning, sir. And our fine listening public.
That's right. Good morning, Victor. How are you?
Good morning. Good morning.
How's your kidney?
It's doing good.
Feeling good. Feeling strong.
Is he barking at you?
Feeling strong.
Coffee kicked in, so I'm good.
Yeah. Well, we'll see you run out of
you,
We'll see
baby.
you run out of here
Yeah.
anytime. Do you got? Because Edwin, for those of you unaware, the way you produce a radio show, we can see Vic. He's on the other side in another room behind two panes of glass, and then Edwin is in the
Opposite studio.
he's in the control center.
Yeah.
It's kind of like NASA.
Yeah, he's
in
over
an
there in the hidden
entirely
room.
different section of the building in case like a bomb hits. He
He'll
would
be safe.
still be able to function. He's like 25 feet below the building
Yeah.
in this silo.
Right. It's like the president. We
So,
can't have
yeah,
something
we can't
happen
all
to
be
both.
in the same room. So do you have like a button to press if you have to exit to go to the bathroom so Edwin can go through the maze and the security to get here in time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I turn on the light, and when he sees the light pop
So,
on,
okay.
he comes over here. Yeah.
Once the coffee's kicked in.
Yeah. Not till about 7.
Oh, okay. It's funny. We all know our timing, right?
Oh, yes, we do.
I
The
know
older
if I
we
have a
get.
cup of coffee and I got a 30-minute drive, I'll be okay.
Yeah.
35 minutes?
No.
Whoops.
It ain't gonna happen.
Vic is like he's like my old man when my dad used to sit down and he'd sit there and he'd be drinking his coffee and he'd go coffee, and he'd say it about 3 times while he was drinking his coffee. Like
That's
just,
what I
he
do.
kept talking about how great this coffee is. That's Vic. He's like
Yeah.
coffee. Like
Yeah.
like
But
he's got to say out to the world like coffee. It's almost like thanking God for your day. It's like
For those that do truly adore coffee, I wish I had a food group that I adored that much, that I had access to on such a regular basis.
Yeah, I feel that way about cow. Like I love,
but I can't wake up in the morning and have a
ribeye.
perfect
Like, yeah,
ribeye
it'd be-
every morning.
it'd be so great.
But
Steak
you
and
can wake
eggs.
up and have yourself a pretty badass cup of coffee every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is nice.
I'm-
I wish
I'm
I was
glad
that.
I'm glad I don't have that monkey on my back, but I'm rather envious of those.
No, my perfect thing is coffee with steak and eggs.
That would be nice. But
That's
man,
why you only have one kidney, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
That's how I got to where I am today.
as someone who rarely eats breakfast. Like steak and eggs is a heavy meal to start my day with.
I wake up so ravenous. I am so hungry when I wake up in the
My
morning.
problem is like once I eat, I want to take a nap.
I know. It's more about fueling I just wake up like if I don't eat soon, I have no energy. But I try to have I'm on a little bit of a schedule. I try to not eat anything after 7 o'clock,
7 a.m.
7 p.m.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm the same.
And then I'm really not supposed to eat much more than just a few calories when I wake up. And then I'm supposed to have a high protein big lunch.
Well, you guys want the key? You guys want me to tell you a secret?
Apart from
What is
purging,
it?
crack,
If you just drink a bunch of beer before you go to bed,
there is that.
that's all the calories your body needs for a while.
I'll tell you, where the calories are? You know what happens with all that beer that I drink right before bed? I burn a bunch of calories all night long, getting up and going to the bathroom about every 45 minutes.
That's true. You go to the bathroom a lot. You're not like quite Ryan level, but
Oh
you're
no, I'm walking around with something about the size of a plum. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
Flomax is a regular part of my life, and there's guys who know exactly what I'm talking about.
God, I am dreading getting old.
Oh, it's coming, baby.
Yeah.
That 2 a.m. Oh my God, I got to take a leak, and then you run into the bathroom, and it's trickle. Like what the
That
hell?
was
What
me
was
this morning. See, just wait.
Why would you do this?
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's coming.
It's coming, buddy.
It's coming,
yeah, I don't need that. I got enough problems.
dude.
I'm not even old yet.
It's not fair. It is not fair. I know women have their own issues, but I mean nothing as bad.
Oh,
as
they'll
us.
tell you about it.
Yeah, but nothing as bad as
No,
us.
they've got no idea what it's
They
like.
have no idea.
You have no idea what it's like. Well, what a weekend it was, friends.
It was. I don't know if it was a great
It
weekend.
was a great football weekend. I'll
but
tell you that
it
much.
was a very interesting sports weekend from beginning to end, starting Friday night all the way to last night.
Yep.
It was always something interesting on.
And we're going to talk about it all today. Can I take a moment to bitch about this will be my old man moment today.
Okay.
I was laying in bed last night hearing the wind whip through the tree outside my window, and I'm like, ooh, tomorrow I'm going to wake up. It's going to be nice and chilly. I could hear the rain pittering on my glass.
Chestnuts roasted.
Yeah.
And I said,
Open
oh,
fire.
yeah, I'm going to wake up tomorrow, and it's going to be,
Jack Frost.
finally, it's going to be November.
At your nose.
And I got up, and if you're on the brigade bar, as you can see, I threw a hoodie on, assuming that I was going to walk outside and feel that brisk
Oh no.
hill country air.
No, AJ.
Welcome to Texas.
No.
I walked outside, and it felt like I was in Houston. It was like muggy, and I mean, it was still windy and wet.
But not cold.
I was
Nay.
like, what is going on here? This is supposed to this is like, it feels like what it's like in July or August, like almost like a hurricane. It's windy, but it's still super humid. That sucks.
I just kind of comfort myself thinking that there's people someplace who are very envious of us. There's somebody somewhere going, you woke up and it was 72 degrees.
Now, my wife sent me some photos of like where she grew up in Central Oregon, and there's just like feet of snow piled up.
See, but the first snow's awesome. Anybody who's ever lived through a season of snow, the first one, everybody's, hey, yeah, and I can't wait to get the snow shovel out and get everything all carved up and, looking pretty. And then the second snow hits.
Yeah.
You're like, uh-oh, this is a thing.
And listen, man, like the idea that my wife grew up where every car had to have two sets of tires,
That's right.
summer tires and snow tires.
So you have tires or chains.
Yeah, well, most
Whoa.
of the time they have chains in the back, so like they've got both, and it's like it just doesn't. I mean, that's not appealing to me.
No, it's awful. It's
I don't
want to
have to shovel my driveway before I leave to work. That like all that just seems like it sucks.
So I can bitch, but until you've lived through it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like I complain about the idea that it's still hot, and now I'm sitting in here hot in the studio.
Well, we could turn the air way down.
We're gonna have
we
to.
could get down to about 70.
Because the alternative would be me taking this sweatshirt off and only having a T-shirt on, and that's against the rules.
No, you would. That's against our dress code.
Yeah, we've got a dress code here, and
You're not in 3510, as they would say in Air Force lingo.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to crank up the AC, and you know what? The bosses around here, when they get the electric bill, they're gonna say, "Who the hell's running the AC?"
Did you notice over on the side that's a quarter slot? So if you want it to cool off, we're gonna need to go break $1 or $2.
Well, what I also know is if I turn the AC on, it's gonna flood down in the KTSA studios.
We're gonna knock KTSA
Like,
off.
Trey Ware's gonna be like, "What the hell's going on in here?
I know.
Water falling from my ceiling."
Hey,
It's a
but we're
conspiracy.
comfy.
It's a Democrats' conspiracy.
The Antifas have jumped on our AC. Hey, there's good people on both sides.
There's good and bad people on both sides. Both sides, good and bad people. All right. When we come back, we'll talk about. I guess there was so many games worth discussing last night or yesterday overall. I guess let's start with the Bills-Chiefs. I think Chargers-Bengals deserve some attention. There's a lot of games that were Ravens-Steelers was a good one. Seahawks-49ers was good. There was a lot of great finishes. But we'll start jumping into those. But we'll talk about the fall of the Chiefs' kingdom Oh, my God, it's
over.
finally over.
Wow, it's been a good run for that Mahomes kid.
That's right.
It's been a good one.
He's now a loser.
He's going to be good on TV.
He sucks. Beat it. Retire already. We'll talk about that next. Morning Huddle 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head out and about, no major incidents going on. We did clear that wreck on the southwest side at 35 southbound at New Laredo Highway. That's gone. We do have a stall on I-10 westbound at Crossroads. It's off to the left shoulder, so main lanes are getting by. 35 northbound, the off-ramp to Weidner. That off-ramp is blocked. And we've got some ongoing road work on I-10 upper level eastbound Woodlawn to Frio Street. And that does have the roadway reduced to just one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR, and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Here in Texas, we know that trust is earned and reputation matters. Since 1993, Thomas J. Henry dedicated himself to building a firm that injured clients can trust and that Texans can respect. A firm where no defendant is too big and no case is too small. Backed by a track record of success and a commitment to our clients, Thomas J. Henry remains the name you can depend on if you have been injured. Trust the firm that stands for you. Trust Thomas J. Henry, San Antonio, Texas.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
If you're tired of drinking the same old beer, good news for you, friends. Karbach Brewing has you covered. They've got something for everybody in their lineup. No matter what you like, they can improve on what you've been drinking. Whether it's a Hopadillo, a Love Street, or a Crawford Bock, they've got something for everybody. And Karbach has one of the leading IPAs in San Antonio, Hopadillo IPA, an iconic Texas IPA packed with the bitterness of hops from around the world that the hop monster craves. And one of Karbach's leading brands, the top seller in San Antonio, in fact, is the Love Street Blonde. It's a state of mind, a San Antonio state of mind. It's a Kolsch-style blonde, hopped delicately with floral German hops. This beer has the clean malt profile that you're looking for. And if you're used to drinking cerveza, they've got that as well. The Karbach Cerveza Especial is right for you. Like I said, something for everybody. And when you're in Houston, make sure you go check out the brewery, check out all the beers they have on tap. But while you're here in San Antonio, you want to try something new, why don't you try out a Karbach?
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. based on the February 2024 Nielsen report.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot. If you're working on getting ready for company,
a lot of company,
make sure you're ready with Black Friday savings. Get up to 40% off select appliances, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select kitchen appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with top brands like GE Profile and get sleek cutting-edge appliances to make sure you've
got hosting handled.
Yeah, you do. Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances this holiday at the Home Depot. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Were you uninvited to game night? Do you play board games with the ferocious intensity of an iron-fisted oligarch? Have friends left game night asking, how do you sleep at night? Then you should get a mattress from Mattress Firm. They can help anyone sleep. It's Mattress Firm's Black Friday sale. Save up to $500 on Tempur-Pedic, plus get a $300 instant gift. Take 120 nights to love it or your money back. Get matched at Mattress Firm. Sleep at night. Restrictions apply. See store or website for details.
Ready to kick off your holiday shopping early? Ulta Beauty's early Black Friday event is here with up to 40% off the best gifts for everyone on your list, even you. Snag $15 cleansers from brands like Tula and Philosophy, plus $10 minis from brands like MAC and Urban Decay that deliver big joy in little packages. And don't miss 40% off select YSL and Armani fragrances. Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
This report is sponsored by Reese's Dental and Braces.
Black Friday braces special start now at Reese's Dental and Braces. Get braces for just $2,600 when paid in full or as low as $79 a month, including retainers and braces removal. Offer valid until December 14th. Save big this Black Friday. Visit Reese'sDental.com.
What's that? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. You're locked on the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
It's showtime! Showtime, ladies and gentlemen. Morning Huddle. The long reign of terror is over. Finally. Down goes Mahomes. Down goes Andy Reid. Suck it, Kansas City. You're beat. You're dead. Finally. Let's all have a moment of celebration. Can you play some applause, Victor?
Are we overjoyed over this?
Yeah, we're popping bottles like we're the Miami Dolphins.
I was about to say, I think there's only like about 8 Dolphins left.
Yeah. Mercury Morris is gone.
And we lost him and lost Zonka.
R.I.P. Mercury. Thank you. But we can still pop our own bottles, Rob. You can pop your sweet tea.
I pop caps all the time.
And, guys, last night was it wasn't a fluky win. The Bills thoroughly outplayed Kansas City.
Yeah. But we all saw it coming, right? I mean,
Yes.
It was in the pregame when they did the cartoon stuff and they showed the Kansas City Chiefs walking a tightrope.
I saw that, yeah.
And I thought,
like
that's
over
pretty
the Grand
appropriate.
Canyon or something.
Yeah, that's pretty damn appropriate. And they had been walking a tightrope.
How
for a
long do you think
time.
Andy Reid would last on a tightrope?
Dude, that's a slack line there, man. You'll get to about midway and climbing up a rope. I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, they've been living on the edge. We knew that this was not I don't think anybody questions if the Chiefs are a good team or not. It's pretty widely accepted. The Chiefs are really good. They're just not as good as they weren't 9-0 good. They could have honestly, the Kansas City Chiefs could easily be 4-5 right now or 4-6 and we'd be going, "Oh my god, what the hell's happening here?" They've had breaks go their way. Teams like Cincinnati have not had breaks go their way, and that's why they're sitting at 4-7 or whatever it is. You know, that's they're pretty much screwed. But the Chiefs have had breaks go their way. Yesterday, they got outplayed to the point where they couldn't. And now, part of that was Buffalo understanding their position and knowing that in the fourth quarter, when they were up 2 points, they said, well, it's fourth down. We can kick a field goal here and go up 5 where they would need a touchdown to beat us.
But we're playing a cyborg.
Or
You better kill him.
Or we can go for it on fourth down. And if we don't, and that thing about the balls of that, if they don't get it on fourth down, Kansas City just needs a field goal to beat you.
They're going to lose. There's no doubt they're going to lose the game.
And Josh Allen on 4th down breaks off a 26-yard run, and
he won the MVP as he was tackled, as he went down or went out,
spun into the end zone.
That was the MVP moment. He won it on week 11 of the NFL season. From here on out, it's just don't screw it up from here on out. It was a 3:00 game. The entire world was watching, and he offered that moment, which you always are looking for a guy. Give me the moment where I can justify my vote after you have a bad game, because you'll have a bad game. There's still a lot more football to be played. But that was an MVP, you said it, Heisman moment.
Yeah, that's what it felt like.
Brilliant. It was perfect. It was the perfect end to what we expected to see.
And the Bills get their bye week now, but next time we see them will be yet another primetime game, or I say another, but because in that 3:25 window might as well be a primetime game.
Oh, it's primetime, yeah.
There's usually 2 or 3 games that start at 3:00, and then there's the game that starts at 3:25.
Right. That most of the country gets, other than the 2 markets being served or the 3 other markets that are being served locally. That's it.
So these are the Bills. Their next 3 games are all in featured time slots. On December 1st, they play San Francisco on Sunday Night Football at home. On December 8th, they're at the Rams at the 3:25 spot. And then the week after that, they are at the Lions in the 3:25 time
that
slot.
Lions game is going to be the game of the week of the year.
Oh, yeah. So Josh Allen has a couple more chances to make a real statement, because the last 3 games of the year are the Patriots, Jets, and Patriots, and no one gives a crap. And
I heard them talking about the Chiefs. They got to get right game coming. They get to go to Carolina and kind of work out the kinks.
And I also, because, think about where the Bills are at right now. The Bills are in a better position in their division than the Chiefs are.
Yes.
The Bills cannot the Bills could literally, their heads could fall off and they could still win this division. They are 9-2. The second place team in their division is 4-6.
Kansas City's got to deal with the Chargers and the Broncos.
Yeah.
There's still some competition to be had.
Yeah,
but
they're 2 games ahead of the Chargers, and they're 2.5 games ahead of Denver. But it's not like they're not running away with this thing.
And they're playing average football for them, and that's enough for most. But it's not going to be an easy run for them on the way out. And I still like them to win the whole thing, but as they close the season down, it wouldn't shock me to see a couple more losses for Kansas City.
It would not shock me either. Again, they've been playing with fire kind of all year long.
But they're getting healthier. They're going to get Pacheco back, and they're going to get Hollywood back by the end of the year. They're going to get some dudes back when it matters.
But you know what? That was the thing about yesterday. The Bills were more banged up than the Chiefs were.
It was exactly what the Bills needed. And I love the way that Josh Allen post-game talked about it. Like, look, man, for the rest of the country, it was Kansas City. For us, we're now 9-2. And, man, that's exactly what I wanted. Oh, of course he's lying. Of course. They had this game circled back in May.
Oh, of course.
But once the win was done, he walked out, and this was him talking to us, but it's also some, he's preaching to the choir. He's talking to his dudes, too. Now, hey, we're 9-2, and it's not going to we get to go rest a day or two. But we got San Francisco coming, and San Francisco's going to be mad after what happened this weekend.
Yeah. The Bills are – they're in good position now, but I do think that they needed that win mentally, because really, when you look at the Bills' schedule, the Bills haven't beat anybody of note. Their 2 losses came at the Ravens and at the Texans, the 2 best teams they played probably. Their best win this season was probably at Seattle. They needed to prove that they weren't fool's gold.
Yeah, but I still think in the back of their minds, until they do it in the playoffs, they haven't done it
That's
yet.
100%. And you know what? At the end of the day, when the Bills inevitably go to Kansas City in the playoffs, they will probably lose. Then.
Well, no, I wouldn't go that far. I do think they made the incremental step of knowing, and Josh Allen yet again proved that when all the chips are down, we got that dude. And, before they had that dude, but Diggs had to be accounted for. It's just Josh now. Just go get it done without feeding an ego, feeding something. There ain't nobody other than you here.
I saw a stat. It was like, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it's like Mahomes as an underdog is 0-2-1 against Josh Allen and like 11-0-2 against everyone else in the world. It's like that's the only Mahomes as an underdog is still a great bet generally, but against the Bills, it doesn't seem that way. But again, in Kansas City, they will not be underdogs to Buffalo. And
after the win, what's your thoughts on McDermott? I mean, I'm not. I shouldn't have put it in that kind of frame. As a whole, where's McDermott on your scale of coaching?
Like the.
I mean, as a sum total,
he's probably like the back end of the top 10.
Yeah, if it was, if I was ranking, or one being, McCarthy, whatever, however you look at it for the season and their abilities, and 10 being you name your Coach of the Year candidate.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Where would you? It's a sum total of Sean McDermott. Where would you put him on the 1 to 10 scale?
Like a 7.
That's exactly where I'd land him.
Yeah.
He's just enough. I think that I'm still waiting on a brilliant game plan from him. I haven't gotten that, although I don't know why I should expect it, because what he's doing is 9-2. But I have yet to see a game where I go, they won that because McDermott saw something.
Yeah.
And I don't know, that's not a fair way to value a coach, because your only value is your record. That's it.
Yeah.
But I have yet to see a game where I thought, like when I watched Kansas City win, who's their defensive coordinator?
Spagnuolo.
Spags wins football games. You know what I mean? You go, Spags had a game plan. They executed. They won. I don't know about McDermott other than let's just put Josh Allen in a good situation, which might be enough.
Yeah. Like I just off the top of my head, like the handful of guys that I would rather have, like Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Andy Reid.
And that's about it.
No, I think like some of the
Tomlin, but I look at him a different way.
I'd rather have McDermott than Tomlin.
I don't know about that.
Kevin O'Connell. I love that dude.
I need more of a sample size.
I think Matt LaFleur. Either Harbaugh I would take over McDermott. So he's probably like 8, 9, 10 range. He's good, but he's not going to win you games. If he didn't have Josh Allen, I don't know if we'd even think he was good.
That's my takeaway from him. I'm waiting for the sum total of, because you need more than just Josh Allen right now, I think, to win a Super Bowl.
I really believe this, and I'm not. I know I'm a Bills fan, so I'm probably a little bit biased here. There is no player more important to their team's success than Josh Allen, and that to me, that's why he is the MVP, because if you remove him from the Bills equation, the Bills are a below-average football team.
Mm-hmm.
He covers up so much that's wrong with them. Injuries, bad coaching. It doesn't matter, because you've got Josh Allen, and he can do things that other guys can't.
But do you hold that? I shouldn't hold that against McDermott, but I do. Because it's kind of like holding the greatness of the Bulls against Phil Jackson. I mean, yeah, you had those other, but there's an art form to coaching these guys, and there's an art form to allowing Josh Allen to do that. And part of that art form was jettisoning Diggs. That lands right on McDermott. So you no longer have Diggs. You got another average out there. How are you going to work it? And maybe I should give him more credit than he's due.
Although Amari Cooper looked pretty damn good yesterday. There's times when I see Amari Cooper and I'm like, he made a catch over the shoulders without even looking back, and I was like, oh my God, nobody makes that catch.
Yeah, but I'm kind of like the guy that dated the hot girl that you're dating. Yeah, just wait for it.
There's moments of brilliance.
Yeah, there's going to be a moment you're going to come to me and go, oh,
everything you're thinking is what I told Texans fans when they got Stephon Diggs.
Right.
Like,
yeah. Now I see what you're
enjoy it while you got it.
Yeah, so I kind of get why I'm in that.
But we were talking about Coach of the Year off the air, like who's the Coach of the Year, and I was like, Kevin O'Connell's got they're winning with freaking Sam Darnold at quarterback.
Yeah,
so I get why you say, like, do we hold having Josh Allen against McDermott? Yes and no, because it takes a lot to build your offense or build your team around one guy. But I do think that you also get credit when you're able to do things that
when you take another dude's
garbage
and you lift them, like O'Connell has.
Yeah. He took a guy that was literally on the trash heap.
Mm-hmm.
And has his team in really good shape. So I give a lot of credit to those guys too. But yeah, there are a lot of ways to do it. I think the guys you have to really worry about are the guys who have got it and can't do anything with it. And that's what we saw last night. We'll talk about that on the other side. The Cincinnati Bengals and their problem is starting to become pretty apparent. It's Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from Newstalk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. As you head out and about, no major incidents going on. We did clear that wreck on the southwest side at 35 southbound at New Laredo Highway. That's gone. We do have a stall on I-10 westbound at Crossroads. It's off to the left shoulder, so main lanes are getting by. 35 northbound, the off-ramp to Weidner. That off-ramp is blocked. And we've got some ongoing road work on I-10 upper level eastbound Woodlawn to Frio Street. And that does have the roadway reduced to just one lane. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by the Alamo College District and CompassionateUSA.org.
At Compassionate USA, they believe in the power of compassion to transform the world for the better. Their guided learning journey can help you get started on the age-old practice of healing and uplifting. Visit CompassionateUSA.org to learn more.
What I know about courage, I learned from my adoptive mom. She said sometimes you just gotta hold on and know we'll get through this. Mom, we are so high up. Hold my hand.
No, you hold my hand.
Here we go.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. You can't imagine the reward. Visit adoptuskids.org to find out more. This message is brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Do you hear that? Asthma triggers are everywhere, from dust mites, pet dander, and pollen, to smog and smoke. An asthma attack can strike anywhere, anytime. Be prepared with quick-acting Primatene Mist. Clinically proven to open airways quickly. It's the #1 FDA-approved asthma inhaler available over the counter. Primatene Mist. Breathe easy again. Use as directed.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 and Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of '98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 and Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Gig 'em.
Divorce is a fight. If you don't want to get knocked out of the ring by your spouse, then you need an aggressive law firm with a stable of hard-hitting attorneys at your disposal. Contact Barton & Associates today. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this: if something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot. If you're working on getting ready for company,
A lot of company.
make sure you're ready with Black Friday savings. Get up to 40% off select appliances, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select kitchen appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with top brands like GE Profile and get sleek cutting-edge appliances to make sure you've
Got hosting handled.
Yeah, you do. Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances this holiday at the Home Depot. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Nothing can prepare you for the epic return of Yellowstone. Sundays at 8, only on Paramount Network. And Philo's here to take you on the ultimate journey back to the Dutton Ranch. That's right, because Philo's the most affordable way to watch new episodes of Yellowstone live. If that's not enough, Philo's also got a whole world of entertainment under one roof, bringing you the best way to watch over 70 top-rated channels, including Paramount Network, AMC, Discovery, History Channel, and more, all for just $28 a month. With Philo, you can watch TV and on-demand TV anytime, anywhere, on up to 3 devices at once. So if your family's anything like the Duttons, you've got one less thing to fight about. You can also save the shows you love, like Yellowstone, and watch them for up to a year. So what are you waiting for? Start your free trial today by going to philo.tv. That's PHILO.tv to start saving more on the TV you just can't afford to miss. And don't miss the epic return of Yellowstone Sundays at 8, only on Paramount Network.
Yo, 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 Dad is in the house. What do you call the NordVPN Black Friday deal, huh? the Block Friday deal. Because you block online threats. Black Friday, Block Friday. Get it? It's hilarious. Get the NordVPN Black Friday deal and block online threats now. NordVPN is rated as outstanding on PC Mag. Just visit NordVPN.com and discover the benefits of this all-around cybersecurity tool. It will encrypt your online traffic. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro tool will defend you against web trackers, malicious websites, and malware-ridden downloads. So improve your digital privacy and protection with one simple click. Get the special Black Friday deal at NordVPN.com and enjoy safer internet daily. NordVPN. Cybersecurity built for every day.
Thanksgiving season is the best. That's right, Mr. Turkey. Everyone loves this time of year. Just like Connecticut water softener customers love their Connecticut. Definitely. A Connecticut water softener is the best in the business. Yes, it does keep your feathers soft. Yes, your waddle smooth. And your wings, nah, those things are pretty useless. A Connecticut is a much different water softener compared to the other brands. There's no computer, nothing to plug in, and it runs on kinetic energy. You said it.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months and $400 when you trade in your old water softener.
Mr. Turkey, you're pretty calm considering, you know. Well, on Thanksgiving, we eat turkey.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
This is Joe Reinagle. You're listening to the home of the Aggies, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
The LA Chargers almost Cincinnati Bengaled that game last night.
See, dude, I was watching two things at once.
Was that not the? Oh, you mean like you weren't watching? You weren't focused in solely on the game?
No. So my perception of the game last night was, here go the Chargers. Here goes again.
The Bengals and the Chargers as franchises are that Spider-Man meme where it's like they're pointing at each other and you're the same as me.
We look exactly alike.
Wait, what's going on? They are the Spider-Man meme. They're two teams that will find a way to blow it. No matter things are going well for you, and the Bengals have overcome that over the recent years, or at least almost overcome it. The Chargers have epitomized it. If there's a one-score game in the last 3 or 4 years, the Chargers found a way to lose it.
And it felt like that was coming.
It felt like it was coming again. I'm telling you, last night was a culture-defining win for Jim Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
The Chargers are now different, and I think we have to start taking them seriously.
You are what your record says you are.
Well, this is generally the time of year where you and I have different beliefs about that. I think, you can be a good record and not necessarily be a good team, but at the end of the day, you're going to make the playoffs if your record's good enough, and you're going to miss the playoffs if your record's not good enough. And at this point, I don't know how good the Chargers are, but I know they're 7-3, and I know they're probably going to make the playoffs.
Yep.
And I know the Bengals, even though I think in fact, the Bengals might be the best 4-7 team in the history of the NFL, but chances are good they're not going to make the playoffs unless they'd have to win every single game to close out the season. And
I mean, they could. They could.
It's true. But the remaining schedule, home Steelers, at Cowboys, at Titans, home Browns, home Broncos, at Pittsburgh.
I heard 1-2 losses possible. I mean, really, they're better than – they got Pittsburgh twice. Is that what I heard?
Yeah.
That's the only tough ones there.
Home Denver is going to be tough.
Yeah, home Denver. But my takeaway from last night was they're electric when they can be. I mean, that they can certainly move the ball when they need to. Burrow is just one of those platinum quarterbacks that just is extraordinary when given the chance.
I feel bad for him. He's being wasted.
Okay, in the last 25 years, since Dan Marino, has there been a quarterback of such immense talent that you can just see it starting to swirl? Like, oh my God, we're wasting.
Dude,
Is it Marino?
Until this year, I literally thought it was Justin Herbert.
Well, yeah, but
I
Herbert,
mean, like all the promise he'd shown, and it was like they're never going to do anything with him. He's being wasted.
But when you compare what Burrow and Marino did, rookie year, Super Bowl, the future is so bright, and then it's just one little, not massive, but little calamity after another, to where you get to a point where last night you're looking around, and Joe Burrow is the best quarterback on the worst freaking team for whatever reason. I mean, it's just a monumental waste.
It's very similar to what Matt Stafford was before the trade.
Well, maybe that's
when Matt Stafford was in Detroit.
Maybe
it was like
Marino needed a Stafford deal, and maybe it's going to have to take a Burrow deal where we get this for that, kind of a fair trade of huge contracts.
But I really think Cincinnati can't trade Joe Burrow. They can't.
Well,
yeah, I mean, he's the best quarterback their franchise has ever seen. Like, you don't trade
well,
those
it won't
guys.
happen now, but in 3 years when they've got 3 more consecutive losing seasons because they can't afford to pay anybody because of this whopping deal, it might be, maybe at that point it's a little bit more amenable. But right now,
before you do anything, the real simple answer is beat it, coach. I mean, fire Zach Taylor. Like, if you can't win with – if you can't – it's like I said about Brandon Staley with the Chargers. Well, if you can't win with this guy at quarterback, you're not an NFL head coach. I'm sorry.
But here's the problem. Both the Burrow pay. It's going to be very difficult to build around this guy. And it's probably going to have to come from another team to do it.
But you know what? The Bills are paying Josh Allen. The Ravens are paying Lamar Jackson. The Chiefs are paying Patrick Mahomes.
But they're good, and the Bengals aren't. I mean, at what point do we say, you know what, you're just not good?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like Joe Burrow is not the problem.
No, but he's also not the fix.
I mean, mind you, this is the first year that they've been in this position.
We say that, but think about the last 3 years. Now, injuries have played a huge role, but they've let every defensive player of any matter go. They let the running back go, all in planning to do what they've done. They've done it, and because they did it, they can't win. The defense is a sieve. They can't run the ball. But hell, they got a wide receiver to quarterback, and they got another wide receiver that they're not going to pay.
Well, this is going to be the second year in a row they missed the playoffs, and I think that getting to the Super Bowl and following up with getting to the AFC Championship and losing, I think those two years are not going to be able to survive Zach Taylor to another chance, especially if they don't turn this season around in some way. Like, at least last year they turned it around to the point they finished 9-8. They finished respectable even though they missed the playoffs.
Yeah.
This year, I mean, it looks like it could be ugly.
Well, the problem is also we have to remember that they're playing in the Pat Mahomes era, and it's like playing the Jordan era. I mean, we could be looking at a bunch of Karl Malones and Charles Barkleys out there just because no matter what they do, no matter how good they get, they ain't beating Kansas City.
But I go back to my point is you can't find another Joe Burrow.
No, you can't. But at some point,
you can find a replacement for Zach Taylor.
Yeah, but you can find a replacement for Zach Taylor. You can go find some kind of nominal replacement for the linebacker and the defensive back you lost. But at the end of the day, Joe Burrow and $40 million and a lot of numbers and a 500 record is what? You become Archie Manning. You become Dan Marino. You become the what if team.
Yeah, I'm not quite willing to throw him out the window yet because if you watch last night, there's a reason. I mean, he's keeping them in these games that they would otherwise be well out of.
You know,
he is a miracle worker, but that offensive line is so bad. The defense is bad. It's Joe Burrow and a couple receivers, and one of those receivers is going to be gone. It's going to be an uphill climb for Joey B. All right, when we come back, we'll talk. You know what? I want to give some local love.
Ooh, we like local.
God bless Birds Up. We'll talk about that on the other side. Morning Huddle 94.1.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
Driving around Austin Highway aimlessly trying to figure out what was for lunch today, and I was on the phone with Big Boss Dax. Like, isn't Austin Highway kind of well, I said it used to be seedy. I mean, they've kind of cleaned up the hookers and homeless people for the most part.
That's a damn shame they cleaned up the hookers. I mean, it really is. Come on, every street's got to be known for something.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star.
Meet Cheryl. Hey. She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hear that? The sound of adorable little birds in your garden. And if you were here, you'd taste the 2 sweet but tiny tomatoes you grew all by yourself. But you're not here. Because your self-care happens when you're riding your motorcycle, protected by Progressive, on your way to the store for a pack of normal-sized tomatoes. So if you ride, switch to Progressive, America's #1 motorcycle insurer, without getting your hands dirty. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tab when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win. And they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Let's go! ABC Wednesday, country music's biggest night, the CMA Awards. Let's party, Nashville! Kicks off with this year's must-see collaboration, Post Malone featuring Chris Stapleton live. With electrifying performances by Lainey Wilson, Shabuzi, Ashley McBride, Luke Bryan, plus Thomas Rhett and Teddy Swims. Woo! Luke Bryan, Peyton Manning, and Lainey Wilson host the CMA Awards live Wednesday, 8/7 Central on ABC and stream next day on Hulu.
Ready to kick off your holiday shopping early? Ulta Beauty's early Black Friday event is here with up to 40% off the best gifts for everyone on your list, even you. Snag $15 cleansers from brands like Tula and Philosophy, plus $10 minis from brands like MAC and Urban Decay that deliver big joy in little packages. And don't miss 40% off select YSL and Armani fragrances. Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
Time to start planning your Thanksgiving dinner, and that starts with the turkey. And the best turkeys are from Tri-County Meat Market. Tri-County gets their turkeys from Barber Farms in Colorado. These fresh, all-natural turkeys are never frozen and come between 8 and 24 pounds. Tri-County Meat Market only gets a limited number, so reserve your turkey before they sell out. Pre-order your turkeys and your pies from the Ultimate Cheesecake Bakery now at either Tri-County Meat Market location on Huebner Road or on Ralph Fair Road.
Don't let pain hold you back from living your best life. I'm Dr. Jason Garrett with Arasti. At Arasti, we're dedicated to providing fast, effective relief from pain. Whether you've been dealing with a chronic discomfort for years or have recently suffered an injury, our goal is to help you recover quickly. Our treatment is all natural, non-invasive, and covered by most insurance plans. With convenient locations nearby, relief is just a call away. Visit Arasti.com. That's AIRROSTI.com. Arasti, we fix pain fast.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot. If you're working on getting ready for company,
a lot of company,
make sure you're ready with Black Friday savings. Get up to 40% off select appliances, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select kitchen appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with top brands like GE Profile and get sleek cutting-edge appliances to make sure you've
got hosting handled.
Yeah, you do. Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances this holiday at the Home Depot. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
In Texas, your spouse can claim alimony after just 10 years of marriage. Do you know your countdown? Because I guarantee you, she does. I'm Gary Barton with Barton & Associates. If you're considering divorce, then contact Barton & Associates today at texasdivorce.com. That's texasdivorce.com.
It's the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Good weekend for football in San Antonio, anyway. UTSA, God bless, birds up. You guys packed the dome. 48-27.
It was never in doubt.
That's assault, brother.
It was never in doubt. There was a chunk play or two from North Texas, but apart from two chunk plays, UTSA owned them, man.
Yeah, North Texas, they were going to score points. That's what they do. But Owen McCown, holy hell. This dude, and not only Owen McCown, who was phenomenal, but remember Jeff Traylor saying when we asked him, like, you going to try and run the football and keep them off the field because that was what Army had so much success against North Texas doing that. And he's like, well, I would if we could run the football. We just suck at it.
And guess what?
20 carries, 168 yards, and 2 touchdowns for Robert Henry. They found a way to run the football. Now, UTSA still couldn't stop the run. That Porter kid was basically the entirety of North Texas's offense. But a huge win for UTSA. They're a Temple win away from being bowl eligible, which looked like a pipe dream about a month ago. So a hell of a job by Jeff Traylor to turn it around. And deserves some love. Incarnate Word gets a win over Stephen F. Austin. They wrap up their 4th Southland championship in 7 years. That's a good run. So they will be playing in the FCS playoffs.
Onward to the playoffs. I wonder when Traylor knew that he had something with his run game.
As soon as he played North Texas.
I think he knew ahead. No, honestly. When we talked to him last week, in hindsight, he was playing possum.
I think he was. But I really do. When I said North Texas has like 11 scarecrows on defense, that's what they are. Like they are pathetic on defense. So I think that he knew that was a way to exploit them, and it'll get you going.
It was a healthy dose of physical football that UTSA desperately needed, but running the ball the way that they did.
It's confusing what this team is, really. Like, how are you so good at home and so bad away from home?
You know, I'll be the first to say I'd much rather go watch UTSA play in their own stadium outside, right on campus, and get that flavor. But as Traylor and every coach prior to him has said, it is nice to play in the Dome. There is an advantage to being there. And, until I'm told otherwise, it appears that they're right.
And they are going to look back on this season at those 2 coin flip games that they lost, when they lost at Rice in what you thought was like the most painful way possible. But then they lost at Tulsa in an even more painful way. And neither one of those teams are good. Tulsa is, quite frankly, awful. And to lose those 2 games on the road, this could be a whole different season. Like, you could be looking at a 9-win season otherwise. Like, if you a couple turns here or there. But you know what? The fact that they're back where they're going to be bowl eligible, very impressive for UTSA. All right. When we come back, we'll talk about the violence over the weekend, or the lack thereof. Morning Huddle 94.1.
Riding to work with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. It's the Morning Huddle, KTFM Floresville. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. Even Santa has a trash bag in his sleigh. Spread holiday cheer by keeping trash off the roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Not all pizza places are the same. Mellow Mushroom originated hand-tossed, stone-baked classic Southern pizza. Not in the mood for pizza? Order a calzone, hoagie, sandwich, burger, or a mellow salad and see how care goes into every item on the menu. Take your pick from 24 draft beers and or handcrafted cocktails. And many of the pizzas can be made gluten-free or vegan. Mellow Mushroom is at 1604 in Stone Oak Parkway. Hang with friends, watch the game, and mellow out at Mellow Mushroom.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
Hi there, I'm John O'Hurley. You know our pets are beloved family members. But sadly, though, there are so many dogs that get euthanized every day due to the lack of funding. To give them a chance at adoption, I invite you to support Puppy Food Bank. Thanks to generous donors like you, all of the food sent to pet shelters from Puppy Food Bank never comes with a bill. So please go to puppyfoodbank.org and make a generous, caring $15 donation every month. Your donation will absolutely save pet lives.
Diamonds Direct's biggest and most spectacular sale of the year is starting now. For the first time, it's bigger than ever. Take 20% off virtually everything. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, everything to make this holiday sparkle. This weekend, we're decking the halls with an expanded selection and top designers' appearances in the store. 20% off now through Sunday. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. Open all weekend. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
Warm up your holidays with JCPenney. From snuggly soft women's sweaters just $19.99 to festive family PJs now 40% off. Get ready for winter with all the comfy, feel-good layers you love. Wrap yourself in a warm foam ink throw, only $24.99. It's more cozy, bigger savings for you. JCPenney. Make it count. Offers valid on select styles through 11/21. Deals excluded from coupons. See store or jcp.com for details.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture. With daily use.
When your business needs an electrician, for over 35 years, the family-owned Hill Electric has served San Antonio. Powered by relationships with dedicated estimators who analyze the issue, research cost-effective solutions, and clearly communicate the options without charging you a dime. A proven process that allows you to continue focusing on your unique purpose. Call Hill Electric at 210-404-9074. That's 404-9074. Or hill-electric.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We are noticing some stop-and-go conditions along Highway 90 eastbound 211 over to Hunt Lane. On I-10 westbound at Crossroads, a disabled vehicle that's on to the left shoulder, so this should be clearing soon. Northeast side of town, 35 northbound, the off-ramp to Weidner is blocked. If you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line at 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Buffalo Bills recorded their sixth straight win, defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 30-21, ending KC's franchise record 15-game win streak. The Spurs went 0-2 on the weekend, losing to the Lakers in their first Cup game, 120-115. Tonight, the 6-4 Texans go to Jerry World to take on the hapless Cowboys. Pre-game at 6 o'clock right here. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Kielbasa Dry Cured Bacon. Kielbasa, we've got bacon available at HEB.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 2. Morning Huddle, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We had a weekend full of fisticuffs.
Some good.
Some not.
Most not.
We'll start with the Friday. You see, you lucked out, man.
You know what? As a guy who is on the fringe of technology in some instances because of where I live, and I live outside of the reach of spectrum. They won't come to my house. So the only way I could get adequate satellite is this point-to-point thing. I never had a lag. I never had a problem. I saw the whole dreadful evening.
Vic, did you watch the Mike Tyson fight? Did you watch it on Netflix?
No, I fell asleep.
Oh, of course you did. Yeah, I was so pissed because, dude, how are you not prepared for this? Was Netflix not prepared for the amount of people that were going to watch this thing?
I don't think you can know until you know. I really do. Like when you open a new facility, like a new stadium, and they invite a bunch of people in, and everybody goes in, and we flush the toilet at once. Everybody flushes the toilet.
Yeah.
Every toilet, 3, 2, 1, let's all flush and hope everything doesn't explode. I don't think you can do that. When you're, how many subscribers are we going to get? Well, we think we're going to get 50 million. I don't know, but we've never gone that hard. We've never tested our bandwidth to this extent. So I think everybody's just kind of watching and waiting to see how long before this thing lags up.
But the idea that these guys have signed a deal to carry NFL games, like if you're carrying NFL games, you better be ready,
well,
man.
I think Jerry, as part of the NFL, committee, I think they saw this as an opportunity to, beta what the Netflix is capable of doing. And I think they found that, while this wasn't a very important sporting event, people are a little pissed, but nobody spent money on it.
Yeah.
And it was a fight of nominal consequence, and nobody really missed anything. But I do think this was a massive system check for what's coming. And they know we need more of whatever it took so we can watch this thing without the buffering.
Now, you say nobody paid for it. I mean, normal people, other than Edwin, who's not normal apparently, already pay for Netflix.
Yeah, but I didn't go out of my way.
But I imagine there were people who said, if I've got to do a month of Netflix to see this fight, I'm going to do it.
Oh, yeah.
And then that was their experience with Netflix.
But no, they're on it watching all the movies, and they're not going anywhere. And the Netflix, while they had some technical hiccups, it was a bonus day for them. Netflix, the CEO for Netflix woke up, and he's going to make a call to his technical side, but he's going to get plenty of calls from shareholders, and they're quite happy. It was a good weekend for Netflix.
I actually tried and it worked for a little while. I went from Netflix to like a crack stream, like an illegal streaming site, and watched it there from it, and then that started buffering, and I was like, dude. It's out of control.
I don't know why I didn't have a problem. I legit never had one
I've
buffer.
got fiber internet at my house, and it didn't work.
And I think it was the load coming through. I don't know why mine was fine, but it was. Never one issue.
Well, I almost wish that I would have missed the whole fight.
Oh, that's the other thing. It sucked.
I mean,
really did.
What a terrible, terrible thing to watch. But you know what? Cool story that Mike Tyson did it, and he looked about what I expected him to look like.
Are we fools for expecting anything other?
Yes.
I mean, I figured a third-round knockout.
60-year-old man.
But I talked about it on Friday. I was so glad as a 59-year-old man I hadn't woke up that morning knowing I was going to have to fight 8 rounds. I don't care if they're 2 minute or 1 minute. Gosh, and about 3 rounds into it, after that last little flurry that Tyson offered there in the third round, even he realized, like, oh, crap. I'm not even halfway through this. He knew he wasn't going to get knocked out. That wasn't going to happen.
Well,
he was just going to have to stand there for the next 6 rounds.
And it's funny. Dana White, after the UFC event, they had asked him about if he was wrong about Mike Tyson, and he's like, "Dude," he's like, "I was." He's like, "I love Mike Tyson," and he said, "What are you doing?" Dana said, "I asked him, what are you doing? Why are you doing this?" He's like, "It's not worth it." And Mike Tyson said, "You think this kid can hurt me?"
Yeah, he wasn't worried about that.
He sucks.
Yeah,
he's like, I'm not saying I'm going to beat him, but you think he can hurt? You think that guy is going to hurt? He's like, I've been in there with Evander Holyfield and Lennox Lewis,
Foreman, swinging axe handles at me.
You think that guy is going to hurt me? He's like, no. He's like, this is $20 million.
And it was, but man, there was no more perfect moment for that fight. The last 10 seconds of the 8th round, when Tyson just stood there in the middle of the round, like, dude, I can't even lift my arms.
Yeah.
If you want to come hit me, feel free. I'm done.
That was the, I talked about it when we did the Daily Lines on Friday. The over in that fight was free money. There was nobody getting knocked out in that thing. Jake Paul, you could tell, didn't want to try to knock him out. Mike Tyson didn't have the gas to knock out Jake. Like, it's just. It was going to go 8 rounds from the beginning because they're wearing pillow gloves.
Yeah.
And
I'll tell you this. Paul won, and he did. But
clearly.
This is gonna stain. Now he's a joke. The way, all the memes of him getting ready to take on, Babe Ruth in a home run hitting contest.
Yeah.
Or he's challenged Muhammad Ali to 8 rounds. That's going to stick with him because now it was so evident that he is not a fighter. He's not even. He was finally in there with a dude that was well past his prime. But the technical side, it was so evident that Paul is so far away from being a true boxer. Now, he can pretend and he can practice over the last 3 years, but there's such a difference between the 10,000-hour expert and a dude that put on some weight and hired a trainer.
Well, that's why when they were talking about him calling out Canelo.
Dude.
It's like, dude, that derails the whole gravy train. Like, Canelo murders Jake Paul. Murders.
And Jake Paul has this kind of slap box move that most trainers will go, you're not a pro.
I give him credit because he's better than.
Yeah.
He's turned himself into a credible boxer.
He looks like a guy that's been to the gym every day for the last 5 years.
Yes, and there is something to that. You put in a certain amount of work and your reward. And as someone who went to the gym every day for 8-9 years and tried to hone my craft, I respect that he's done that.
Well coached, but this isn't a lifetime of work that gets you to be a headliner on a TV card. This is what you fight in a bar every other month and make $10,000. That's what he's worth.
So it's funny, and you came over to my house for the UFC on Saturday, and in the co-main event, a guy named Charles Oliveira fought, and I have known Charles since he was 20 years old, 19 years old, before he was even in the UFC. his coach, and we have the same head coach, and he came and was in Houston for a good while training with us, and you could tell he'd been doing jiu-jitsu since he was 8 years old.
Yeah, this is.
I was a 30-something-year-old man going up against a 19, 20-year-old, and by the way, I outweigh this guy by about 40 pounds, and I'm just getting tooled because that's what this guy's done his whole life. There are guys, if you come up, it's like being Aquaman. If you're born in the water.
And that's Tyson. It was night and day. He didn't even belong in the same world, but he was fighting a 59-year-old man who looked every bit of it. I mean, the skinny legs, dude. And the best thing about the night, I didn't even get a chance to see till the next day, and that was him walking around in a jock strap in the locker room. We got to see Tyson's bare ass. That was the best part of the night.
He like kissed a guy and then he walked away with his bare ass hanging out.
Like, dude, all right, now the night is complete. We can call it an evening.
But the Katie Taylor Amanda Serrano fight, good fight,
slugfest, man. That was Leonard Hearns.
I didn't think it was the best decision, but you know, you're gonna have bad decisions in boxing. That's a tale as old as time. And then
Mario Barrios, man. Good fight. Hey, man, champions weather storms, and you judge a man by how he was on his worst day than his best. And it was not a good day for Mario, but he held on.
Yeah.
You know, and credit to that. But other than that, he woke up on Sunday morning or Saturday morning thinking, ooh, that was close.
And then on Saturday, John Jones continued his legacy as the greatest fighter of all time. Just an absolute washing of Stipe Miocic. He is the best MMA fighter that's ever walked the earth.
And my side still hurts. And I just witnessed that from 1,000 miles away, and it still hurts.
And there are guys now, and like they were asking him after the fight, they're like, do you want to fight Tom Aspinall next? And he said, no. And the audacity of people to get on the internet and say John Jones is scared to fight Tom Aspinall, like, this dude has fought everybody. And now he's at a point in his career where he's like, what does it benefit me to fight some young up-and-comer?
Yeah, he's going to have to
He's like, I want to fight guys who are established champions or legends. I want to have these fights that are legendary fights. And that doesn't involve fighting, 20-something-year-old guys who are the next big thing. Let him become the next big thing. John Jones is like, he can have this belt. I don't need the heavyweight title. Like that says something about him. He's like, I don't care about the belt. I want to have these major fights.
For a guy that's on the outside looking into this UFC world, and obviously Jones has been part of the world since I can really remember or even cared about it. He is looked at as this kind of like mythic kung fu character he came down from the mountain, he whooped ass, and he's going to go back and live this like monk life. And I'll be gone for the next 5 years. You guys sort it out. And when another worthy champion arrives, I'll come down from the mountain and fight him.
He's like Aaron Rodgers. He's just waiting for. He's on an
licking
ayahuasca
frogs
trip
and hiding out in hot tents and
hiding from police,
hiding from cops, and just waiting on the next contender so he can come out of the wilderness and yet again prove that Bones is the man.
Credit where it's due, man. Credit where it's due. Pretty incredible performance and Bo Nickel. His fight lasting 15 minutes, maybe the biggest upset of the night.
I didn't know enough to know how badly he was going to do, but my gosh.
I mean, well, every other fight he's won in about 60 seconds, and this time I guess he decided he didn't want to. He's the best wrestler in the world. Decided I'm not going to wrestle and just punch you in the face. It still won. So.
And his post-fight attitude I loved. I don't know what they're booing.
Yeah.
I just decided I wanted to go the full thing.
Yeah. By the way, that was his 7th pro fight. And he's fighting a guy that's been around for a long-ass time. He's like,
he fought the toughest son of a bitch in the building is who he fought. That dude was mean and tough. Couldn't fight.
No.
Or couldn't wrestle.
Yeah.
But he had a head for like an anvil.
Well, fun weekend of violence, although some of it better than others. The Jake Paul thing was what we expected it to be, a spectacle. And I hope that's the end of Mike Tyson. I hope that $20 million is enough to last him.
Yeah. Maybe a year.
Yeah. Now we're going to see Mike Tyson's going to be the new Tiger King. He's going to have 20 tigers again. What's the going rate for tigers these days? I need some new tigers. But yeah, listen, man. anytime Mike Tyson decides he's going to fight, I'm probably going to watch. Did I hate the fact that I was watching? Yes. Did I hate the fact that I was like struggling through a terrible viewing experience to watch Mike Tyson? I hated it. But if he did it again, I'd be right back watching it.
I think that was it.
I hope it is.
Yeah,
I hope it is.
He'll do that.
All right. When we come back, we'll talk about the rest of the college football that went down this weekend, including Texas and Texas A&M both getting wins. And maybe we're one game away from them setting up a massive, massive showdown in College Station. Talk about that next. Morning Huddle, 94.1.
1, 2, 3, Cowboys! South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party!
Pre-game starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
Nigel, why is there a giant turkey standing on my desk?
That's Harold.
Well, then whisper these words, Nigel. Deep fried. From all of us at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, we hope your Thanksgiving is filled with food, family, and fellowship. We couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So thank you, and happy Thanksgiving from all of us here at Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC. Quarter Moon Plumbing, Heat, and AC, 651-5899.
License number TACLA 141074E and 16004.
You know the Roo Pub has proven to be the best place to watch any big game with those 3 massive 170-inch screens and TVs all around. Football, basketball, all the fight. And when you show up at the Roo Pub, show up hungry. The food is fantastic. Open daily at 11. Great for lunch, great for dinner, great for late at night, and certainly the best place to watch the game. Just down from the big blind, the Roo Pub, right next to the Angry Elephant. 281 in Redland Road. We'll see you at the Roo.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
You ever try fixing your car and realize you're missing that one part? Yeah, been there. That's why eBay's my go-to. They've got millions of parts, guaranteed to fit. I'm talking brake pads for when yours have seen one too many miles of stop and go. Oil filters, because you don't mess around with your engine care. Even got this cold air intake on my watch list. I might just go for it. To keep the ride cool and your DIY streak hot. Find all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things, people, love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
When I wake up
the best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at getethos.com. That's getethos.com.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green? Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
Oh, new prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you.
This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149.
If you're thinking about a compact tractor and you want the best, you can afford a Kubota. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Come into one of our 11 locations and check out our tractor package deals. We're offering 0 down and 0 APR financing for 84 months or up to $3,300 off select compact tractors. With a deal this good, you can afford a Kubota from Ewald Kubota. Check out our package specials at ewaldkubota.com.
Now through December 31st, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
The NFL is on. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Little breaking news. The Giants, the New York Football Giants, have decided that it took them a while, but they've decided now that after 5 straight losses, they're going to bench Daniel Jones, and Tommy DeVito is going to take over and be the starting quarterback. Oh.
I mean, it's 6-1, half a dozen of another, but this is a signal that the Giants have pulled the plug and are now actively in the scouting and free agent acquisition portion of the season. It's over.
I also think that we talked earlier about Spider-Man meme with the Chargers and the Bengals. I think Mike McCarthy and Brian Daboll pointing at each other in the unemployment line. You, me, you. They're in the same boat. They're both gonna be looking for new jobs next year, and I get it. Brian Daboll is like, you're grasping at straws, but if you're grasping at the Tommy DeVito straw,
I don't blame him.
You got nothing left to lose.
Any of this?
No, I don't either.
None of it.
I would have never paid Daniel Jones when they did.
It's general manager, bro. Whatever that dude is, that guy is the problem. And the worst thing that ever happened to the Giants organization was pulling the curtain back so we could see
Joe the Bro Shane.
Fantasy bro. Fantasy GM bro. Making deals and losing Barkley.
Yeah. Not a good look in hindsight, certainly. But, yeah, the Giants, Daniel Jones has been awful, and the idea that the guy had one good year out of 4, and they were like, well,
pay the man.
I guess let's lock him up. I mean, what a bonehead decision.
But for every quarterback that didn't get paid, in hindsight, they made a mistake, a fatal flaw.
They made a terrible mistake.
They tried to be the smartest guys in the room. They tried to think that things that were kind of vaguely apparent weren't real when they were.
What it really is it comes down to everyone is so desperate to find pulse at quarterback that when you think you've got a chance at it, you grab and you just don't let go. The Packers have done that with Jordan Love. The Packers saw less out of Jordan Love than the Giants saw out of Daniel Jones, and they said, you know what? We got to get married to this guy.
Well, Jordan Love might be a problem, too. Might be an albatross if they're not careful.
I don't know, but I do know that Daniel Jones is an albatross. There's no question now that Daniel Jones is a bad quarterback. Like, there's no redeemable qualities. Like, Daniel Jones is and you know what? Daniel Jones probably should have always been a backup quarterback.
He's going to be a hell of a backup.
He would be a nice backup to have. And if you've got to play him for 1 or 2 games, or your quarterback's got to go into the tent for a drive, having a guy with the legs that he's got and just the physical tools he's got isn't the worst thing in the world. But to navigate through a 17-game season, he's just not that guy. The Giants have figured that out, and they're going to put it on Tommy DeVito for the rest of the year.
Sell a few cheap seats. Get the Brooklyn crowd in the building.
That'll start next week when they take on the Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm sure that'll
appropriate beginning.
But then shortly after that, the Dallas Cowboys right there on Thanksgiving Day.
They'll have the best quarterback on the field.
They will, actually. Good God, it's a sad, sad statement. Oh, my God. On Thanksgiving Day, the Giants' backup quarterback will be better than anybody else.
At that point, it's going to be Trey Lance because Rush is going to get killed the next day.
It's going to be Tommy DeVito and Trey Lance on Thanksgiving Day. The whole family gathered around the tube. Miserable. Hey, this Saturday, the Texas A&M Fighting Aggies are on the road to take on the Auburn Tigers. You can find that game right here on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Starts at 1:30 with the pregame, brought to you by Ewald Kubota and the Angry Elephant. Aggies get a comfortable win, Rob. I know you were worried. You were sweating this one.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't cover, though. We told you they ain't covering 40.
30, what are they, 35?
35.
You know, what was it? I saw a number. Most yards in the first quarter since like 92. I mean, it was an explosion of, unfortunately, not what I wanted to see from Marcel. Not that I'm not perfectly happy with what he did. And there were a couple of little drop backs, ball downfield kind of things. But I expect when we roll into Auburn, to the plains there, and then host Texas, we're going to see the Marcel that was. There's not going to be a lot of alteration, not a lot of change in this offense. A lot of mobile quarterback. If he can get to the edge, you're going to have trouble. If you can pin him in, it's going to be a long night.
The worst thing that could have happened for Connor Wegman was getting into that game and throwing a pick.
I know.
Like, dude.
Dude, that's so unfortunate.
Over. Let's give him one last shot. He goes out there, threw like 4 passes, and one of them was to the other team. It's like, oh, God.
He's going to be a hell of a quarterback for, I don't know, Wake.
Yeah, somewhere not
he's going to go
Station.
Someplace and have a really good career.
Man, that dude, you talk about a disappointing end to things. It doesn't get much worse than that. But the Aggie defense continues to just dominate. 92 passing yards for New Mexico State. That's not many.
Well, about 60 of that was garbage.
And 214 total yards for the game, 12 first downs. They did what they were supposed to do.
And the voters in the AP poll, they didn't move. They got jumped by 1.
You're not supposed to move when you do that.
No, you're not supposed to. And everybody.
Alabama shouldn't get a pat on the back for spanking Mercer. No. Like that's how it's supposed to work.
But like other teams, thanks for playing Tennessee. Just go win your football games. Win your games. I still feel a little. My gosh. I mean, what do you got to do to get past 50? You're going to tell me that Boise State would have a prayer against A&M?
No.
I mean, but I get it. So just let the flowers sort themselves, win your games.
Yeah. You think Indiana is going to beat Georgia?
No, but I would give Indiana a better shot.
Yeah. I'll say this. If like you said, if you go win your games, it's not going to matter.
Just go win your football game.
You win your football game. If A&M wins out, they're in the playoff.
And you know what?
If they lose, they're not.
Even if A&M hadn't played this weekend, the joy of watching Brian Kelly lose yet another game. The joy, the happiness that gives me, it just goes. That keeps me warm for weeks.
Man, I would guess that there's something warming beneath him.
I'll tell you, Les Miles somewhere is going, you going to fire him? You going to fire him? You fired me after a national championship for far less.
Yeah, I saw because Brian Kelly there was a clip of him talking about the won't back down, like we want to learn, because Florida plays that Tom Petty song in the fourth quarter of every game, and Les Miles was like, I want our guys to learn the words to that song so we can be singing it on the sidelines. And and then to get your ass kicked like that, and then somebody posted his buyout, it said, hey baby, there ain't no easy way out. And it's November 2024, 60 million. November 2025, 52 million. November 2026, 43 million. November 27, 33. November 28, 23.5. November 29, 13.5. You're stuck with Brian Kelly.
Hey, LSU Tiger fan. want you to gather around real quick. It's worth it, man. It's freeing. It's kind of like you're divorcing a woman you detest.
They don't have the kind of...
You'll find the money in the cushions, man. Go broke, go bankrupt, but do yourself a favor. Life is too short. Pay him to go away. I'm just telling you, as a guy that has been through it, it is better to be alone in an empty house with one plate and one spoon than have to deal with that again. I'm telling you, it sounds horrible.
Million.
It sounds like it's the end of the world. Yeah, you're gonna have to go on a budget. You're gonna eat some ramen. You're gonna have to slow down for a year or two, but you will feel so much better. So much better. Rip the Band-Aid off, find the $100 million, and wave goodbye.
Yeah, probably the way to go, but
it sucks. It's freeing, and in the long run, you'll be better for it.
LSU doesn't have the kind of dough and the couch cushions that
Start a
Texas
GoFundMe.
A&M does.
I'd take all that NIL money and focus it on a coach for a year or two, but you will be better off. You are never going to win with Brian Kelly. He can't coach any further south than Missouri. That no further south. His mentality is not meant for SEC football. It's not. Whatever his ideas about football, it won't ever work. It won't.
I agree. I don't think he's the dude, but I don't know that. I think certainly you got to at least wait one more year.
You can wait. You can go ahead and do that, and you're going to have a winning record. You'll win a game or two, but when it comes down to it, what is will continue. That you just don't got it. Whatever that it is, you don't have it.
Brian Kelly, yeah, dude, he's been 10-4, 10-3, and now is 6-4. I mean, I don't know what they're going to finish. I doubt it's going to be 10-4, but it's hard to fire a guy who's been there for 2 years and had 2 10-win seasons.
It's declining.
If Jimbo had 2 10-win seasons, A&M wouldn't have fired him.
It depends. It's declining. The level of talent is declining. He's not getting the dudes he was. Now, granted, there's other stuff going on that kind of affected that. I mean, there's a lot of talent that's not going to the power schools because they can get paid and play. But I'm just saying that this isn't going to work. You can decide in 2 years when it's easier to say goodbye. You can decide now. But I think we all know that the Brian Kelly experiment will end with a kind of ignominious. He'll get fired when they're 500, and he'll go away. But until that happens, that you don't lose to Florida like that. You just don't. You can't do that.
And they got their ass whooped by Florida.
You can't lay an egg like that. You just can't.
I don't know what they're going to do. All right, let's hit a break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the Dallas Cowboys and the Houston Texans. Monday Night Football. Can't wait to see this. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star Traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning and heads up on Loop 410 eastbound San Pedro, north side of town. Looks like we do have a disabled vehicle. Right lane, right shoulder blocked. Right now on Highway 90 eastbound 211 over to Hunt Lane, about a 15-17 minute ride. And it looks like they just cleared that stall at I-10 westbound at Crossroads. Now, if you guys see something we're not talking about, call us on the traffic tip line. We'll check it out. 210-785-2601. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Davis Law Firm.
From a fender bender to a total loss, Davis Law Firm has a team of expert attorneys ready to get you back on the road with the verdict or settlement you deserve. Y hablamos español. Want more? Call the Fours. Davis Law Firm, Austin, San Antonio. 444-4444. Attorney consultation by appointment only.
It's time to huddle up and listen close. For 2024, we pay tribute to a true game changer in the world of snacks. The unrivaled, the unbeatable, the pork rind. Yes, it's crunch time, and we're not just talking about the last few nail-biting minutes of the game. We're talking about a snack so audaciously crunchy, it puts those pretentious chips and pretzels to shame. So here's to you, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds, for being more than just a crunch. Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. It's crunch time. Find your rind at H-E-B.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
Let me ask you a question. Is your roof ready for anything? Well, Stevens Roofing, a locally owned company, has been serving our community for decades. Whether it's a commercial project or residential, or repairing your old roof, or maybe installing a new one, they've got you covered. And now Stevens offers solar. Stevens Solar Solutions can save you money and energy. Stevens Roofing, quality craftsmanship, solar solutions, and local expertise under one roof. Call 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
This Thanksgiving, Target makes hosting easy with our lowest prices of the season, like Good & Gather Premium Turkey for 79 cents a pound and quality green beans for 55 cents. Or classic stovetop stuffing on sale for $1.99 and delicious Favorite Day apple or pumpkin pie for only $4.49. Plus, get unlimited same-day delivery with a free 14-day trial of Target Circle 360 to make planning even easier. Save more on hosting. Happier holidays from Target. Restrictions apply.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Billy, your gas light's on. We need to stop and fill up.
No way, Jen. Gas around here is too expensive. We can make it a little further.
Billy, listen to your big sister. You don't need to drive all over searching for the lowest gas prices. Do what I do and use Upside.
Upside?
Do you live under a rock, Billy? Upside is the hottest cashback app out there. It's free to download, and you get real cash back for every gallon of gas you buy. I use it all the time, and I've already made around $200.
You can make that kind of cash back just for buying the gas you have to buy anyway?
Yes, I'm looking at the Upside app now, and there's a gas station at the next exit offering 25 cents per gallon cash back.
Okay, I'm stopping to download Upside and fill up my tank. Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code KIND to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code KIND for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Ready to kick off your holiday shopping early? Ulta Beauty's early Black Friday event is here with up to 40% off the best gifts for everyone on your list, even you. Snag $15 cleansers from brands like Tula and Philosophy, plus $10 minis from brands like MAC and Urban Decay that deliver big joy in little packages. And don't miss 40% off select YSL and Armani fragrances. Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot. If you're working on getting ready for company,
A lot of company.
make sure you're ready with Black Friday savings. Get up to 40% off select appliances, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select kitchen appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with top brands like GE Profile and get sleek cutting-edge appliances to make sure you've
Got hosting handled.
Yeah, you do. Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances this holiday at the Home Depot. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
During Dell Technologies Black Friday event, save on select PCs like the XPS 16 that accelerate AI with Intel Core Ultra processors. Shop Dell.com/deals.
TSAOG Orthopedics and Spine is excited to announce a partnership that is revolutionizing access to care for orthopedic patients. The HURT app provides free 24/7 access to orthopedic expertise. HURT is the app to have before you need it. Don't wait for an injury to happen. Download HURT now for free, fast virtual access to orthopedic specialists. The HURT app is available online in the App Store and Google Play. Learn more about the HURT app and the OrthoNow Injury Clinic at TSAOG.com.
This Thanksgiving, Target makes hosting easy with our lowest prices of the season, like Good & Gather Premium Turkey for 79 cents a pound and quality green beans for 55 cents. Or classic stovetop stuffing on sale for $1.99 and delicious Favorite Day apple or pumpkin pie for only $4.49. Plus, get unlimited same-day delivery with a free 14-day trial of Target Circle 360 to make planning even easier. Save more on hosting. Happier holidays from Target. Restrictions apply.
Ready to kick off your holiday shopping early? Ulta Beauty's early Black Friday event is here with up to 40% off the best gifts for everyone on your list, even you. Snag $15 cleansers from brands like Tula and Philosophy, plus $10 minis from brands like MAC and Urban Decay that deliver big joy in little packages. And don't miss 40% off select YSL and Armani fragrances. Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, we're going to be live out at the Roo Pub getting you ready for that Texas showdown, Cowboys and Texans.
Plus, we will talk with Jeff Traylor at 5:15 about his UTSA Roadrunners.
The Blitz starts at 2.
Live at the Roo.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hey, this is Greedy. Join me today at 10 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah! I am a champion.
You did this, Vic.
You're gonna hear me.
I blame Vic for this.
Louder than the lions,
why?
'Cause I am a champion. You're gonna hear me roar.
So how do you wake your boys up in the morning? Do you sing to them when you wake them up?
I don't wake them up.
Well, in the day, you never woke them up.
I turned their light on. Hey, get up.
So you didn't.
I wasn't like a cute dad. I was like, hey, get up.
No, I wasn't trying to be cute. I tried to do everything I could to and just annoy them beyond belief.
My dad had a gorilla mask, and he would run into my room in a gorilla mask and like shake me. And I was like, wait,
that's how you wake your boys up. I was just if you kicked the door open every morning and was singing Katy Perry, I promise you, they'd jump out of bed.
They would get their asses up. That's probably
Although the gorilla
true.
mask, I do appreciate.
That was a good move. Good power move.
That's a power move.
I don't know that I could pull off myself, but hey.
Oh, I think you could.
Maybe so.
I think you should.
Texans Cowboys tonight. Oh, I need to point this out. As Steven says, I need to go to karaoke with AJ.
Because you need to be drinking if you're going to hear more than that.
This is my favorite thing that happened. Our suit was in town this last week.
He literally had a suit on.
This was the kindest shut the hell up I'd ever heard. It was literally the nicest thing.
He said, I don't know, AJ, if you should be singing on the air. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, it's like he didn't want to tell me I was a bad singer. I said,
was he jealous?
I said, Dax, I said, just so you know, I'm fully aware that I'm a bad singer and I'm singing ironically.
Well, make sure the audience is in on the joke.
And he was like, he's like, I wasn't sure because he's like, you sing just good enough that like maybe you think you're really good. And I was like,
you're right there.
I'm like, no, I think I'm a horrible singer. I just don't care. I'm having fun. It's like singing in your car. You don't have to be a good singer.
You do in my car.
When you're in the car by yourself, you don't sing along?
Well, I can sing.
No, you can't.
I'm the songbird of my generation.
Pull up that Katy Perry song. Let's let
no,
Rob.
I'm not singing.
Oh,
no.
Okay. All right.
I reserve that for only those that I love.
Okay. All right.
I'm saving myself.
Cowboys.
But my mom says I'm really good.
No. She never said that. It's not in her memoir anywhere.
She tells me that I have an extraordinary voice.
No, she doesn't.
The voice of an angel.
No, she never said that.
Yes, she did. She does.
The Cowboys are we still sitting at 7-point favorite or 7-point dogs? 7-point favorites. That's good. Cowboys +7 against the Texans tonight. Total of 41.5. I'm torn here because the Texans aren't that good, and they can't run the ball on early downs. I've said this all year long about the Texans. Their offensive game plan is first down, garbage, second down, garbage, third down, hope C.J. Stroud pulls some kind of magic trick out and gets us another first down so we can start over again. And it works a lot. It works a lot more than it should, quite frankly. But it's not working because there's constant pressure on C.J. Stroud. We are now at 4 games in a row where C.J. Stroud has been pressured on over 40% of his dropbacks. That's a crazy number. He just constantly lives under pressure. This is it was like Joe Burrow the year that they went to the Super Bowl, when it was like, oh my God, how are they even playing these games? How's Joe Burrow alive? And right now, Dallas, the one thing they do well is get after the quarterback. And they
did it well the last time we saw them. They haven't done it well all year. I think it's Micah.
They're fifth in the league in pressure rate over the course. I mean, that's again, for a team that's as poor as they are, to be top 5 in pressure rate. That's
that's one of those weird hidden things about that stat. The pressure rate means teams aren't needing to throw on them that much.
That's true.
And when they are, they're getting some pressure. But for the most part, the number of attempts is way down because they're getting run on so much.
Yeah.
So, when they're in passing downs, when it's 3rd and 10, we're teeing off on them. But normally it's 2nd and 2 and they're running the ball on us. So, they're getting at. And, again, last time we saw them, the one thing they did against Philadelphia was get to Jalen Hurts. So that gives you some hope that at least they'll make CJ run a little bit.
I mean, I think you kind of have to, but the question will be, can the Cowboys score at all? And that I don't know. The Cowboys offense last week looked so pathetic that there's no way you can feel confident that they're going to do anything this week. But, the Texans defense has not been as good as people thought it was going to be. I think this offensive line is so bad that it's going to be difficult for Cooper Rush to get anything going.
So I was going to ask that question. I think you might have answered it. We know, so turnovers is, the primary. If you keep giving it up, what did McCarthy tell us on Friday? I'd just like for a drive to end in a kick. And I don't even care what kind of kick. Just a punt, that'd be fine with me. So fixing the turnovers one, but that's kind of a witchcraft thing, That's just like you got a virus, you got to get over it. Stop turning the ball over. That's basically, hold it high and tight in the little things, but stop it. So you got to work on that. But other than the turnovers, what's the first thing that if you're McCarthy, that you go, I got to fix this now? What's
penalties.
So that's another thing. So penalties and turnovers are these witchcraft kind of things. It's like viral. I don't know how it begins, and I don't know how to stop it. But the pre-snap crap, I don't know how you stop this. We're 11 games in. Yeah. What exactly do you do now to stop the pre-snap ignorance?
Yeah, you can't. Like, it's a coaching thing is what they'll say, and it's too late to change that.
Yeah, so those two things we can't. I mean, you endeavor to never turn the ball over and don't jump off sides. You endeavor to do that, and you reinforce it. But that's not a scheme thing. That's not a personnel thing. That's an attitude and an overall thing.
Agreed.
So those gone. What's the thing that you attack that you go, this is what I got to do to not only win, but to beat the Texans? What's the first thing? Because I don't know.
I mean, I'm guessing you have to put the Texans in negative situations early.
So offense needs to be. It's not the defense. The offense needs to press the Texans' defense.
Oh, I don't think they can. I'm saying I think you have the Cowboys' only chance to win this game is if this game is played in the 30s.
Okay, so you got offensively, you got to move the ball. You're gonna have to get it downfield, right? You figure 28 points minimum to win this game.
No, I'm saying. This game, I think this game, the total is going to be in the 30s.
So
I think the Cowboys' only chance to win this game is like a 13-10 type game. If you get into any kind of a shootout, you're dead.
I look at it. How is this defense going to get in any kind of 30-point battle? What do you see them stopping?
I mean, I think the key is going to have to be use that pressure rate, get after C.J. Stroud, make him make mistakes. You're going to have to create a couple of turnovers because your offense is not going to score.
No.
Like, what's the most you could see the Cowboys score tonight? 20?
I'd say 24 points, three touchdowns, and a long field goal would be
if they scored 24 points, that'd be a phenomenal night.
But I think that against this Texans defense, it's possible. I mean, not probable, but I think they're going to have to stop Mixon. If they can do that, if you can force them to run Mixon 25 times and he comes out here with like 60 yards, 65, you've won the football game. I can tell you, I don't even need to look at the stats. If you hold him to that kind of, with multiple carries, not minimal carries, but if he carries the ball 20, 25 times and they've held him to under 60 yards, you're in it to win it.
Yeah. So let's say 41.5 or 41 is the total-ish. It's 41.5. But so when you do the math there, when you've got a 7-point favorite, you're talking about a projected line of 24-17.
Which about
like if the Cowboys scored 24 points, that is a boon for the Cowboys. Like they're expected to score 17 points. Under 17.
I think 24 would be an extraordinary night.
Their team total is 16.5. So if you think they're going to score more than 17 points, you can make some money. Stop
the run and either stop the penalties or stop the turnover. You got to stop one or the other. And that might get you to 17. You know what I mean? It might get you to 24 if you can stop one of the two. And if you can stop the run, which that's a big ask with Tank coming back.
Because there's just no path to explosive plays for the Cowboys offense because Cooper he's going to be under pressure constantly. He is.
Yeah,
and that's why I say you have to create negative plays with your defense because your offense is going to have negative plays created against you.
Stop the run, stop the run, stop the run. At all costs, stop the run.
I think what's going to happen is the Cowboys they're going to get behind, and the Texans are going to start rolling downhill.
Yes, stop the run. So this is. I wonder how much red we're going to see in Jerry World. I'm on SeatGeek right now. I wanted to see what available tickets are. Tickets cheap.
Are they?
Oh, there are a lot of $100 tickets. Lots of them, 150 all over this building. Most expensive ticket in the building tonight available on SeatGeek is $440, and that's like third row, 50-yard line. That's about half what it would have been, what the expectation would have been. Lots of available seats. If you've got a red jersey, I imagine you might want to head to Texas, up to Arlington and act like a Saint fan.
You want a road trip on the way after the show? Let's go.
Those tickets are going to be cheap.
What do you think, Vic? Show road trip?
Why not?
We'll just pull an all-nighter. Pull in here.
I have not seen the Cowboys win a home game in 3 years.
Damn. Wow. Like in person, you mean?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't go last year when I went during the streak. I've gone this year, and 2 years ago I saw him. Yeah, it's been I didn't see him win everything last year. I missed them all. But I was on the road, and I saw a loss on the road.
Well, would you expect to see a win if you went tonight?
No. Well, you know what? This is just the kind of game that keeps the Cowboy fan going. This is just the kind of game when all is lost. They're going up against a very flawed Texas team.
No doubt.
That has a lot of momentum from fandom, but really hasn't been showing it on the field. I mean, they're a good team, but they've got issues. And this is the kind of game that over the years, Jerry and whatever coach managed to win to prolong the pain. It's not just because they win, that doesn't mean nothing good comes out of a win tonight other than forestalling the inevitable. You know what I mean?
All it does is ruin your draft position.
That's what I'm saying. So this is the kind of game that they fall ass backwards into winning every now and again, and this is the kind of team that it happens to with the Texans. So it wouldn't shock me at all if tomorrow morning we wake up and we're talking about a 24-21 win with Aubrey kicking a 67-yard field goal to win it late.
That would shock me.
Well, no, they're at home, and Aubrey can do it. I mean, that's the kind of game that it would end up with.
I'm going to say Cowboys, they lose 17-10.
I think it's going to be worse than that, dude, legitimately. I think that there is a great concern that the locker room is teetering, and this might be the final push.
Wow. Well, what would that be? What would that entail?
I don't know.
They'll fire McCarthy at that point?
I'm just talking about wholesale, all right, the New York Giants Daniel Jones move. Like, all right, we're throwing in the towel. This is it. Bland, you're never coming back. You're done.
Is there a world?
Everybody's done that was hurt. You're not coming back. We don't need you.
Is there a world where Micah Parsons says, I'm not going to sign an extension. I'll just I'm going to wait for free agency to come around. Is there a world where that happens?
That would
or they put. I mean, he'd kind of be putting their feet to the fire and saying, "You got to franchise me," because they would franchise him.
Oh yeah,
at that
that's
point.
what. In a world where there was no franchise, absolutely. But I mean, the franchise tag is coming. I mean, that's a foregone conclusion.
Yeah, I can't imagine being in that locker room and feeling good about the long-term health of this organization. All right, well, let's talk some college football on the other side. Talk about who won this weekend, who didn't, who looked good, who didn't, and how the playoff bracket is looking. That the third iteration of that bracket comes out tonight. Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
This is Jim Rome. Have a take, don't suck on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. KTFM Floresville.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party.
Pregame starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation. As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. Even Santa has a trash bag in his sleigh. Spread holiday cheer by keeping trash off the roadways. Don't mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
If you're a bacon lover, boy, do I have good news for you. Hi, this is Mike Kilbasa, and we've just made our legendary dry-cured bacon available at H-E-B. This is bacon made the way it was made in the old days, with no water, no chemicals, just 4 simple ingredients and real hickory smoke. The result? A slow-crafted bacon with a bold flavor our fans know and love. Now in a new package. Life is too short for watered-down bacon, so if you don't see Kielbasa dry-cured bacon at your H-E-B, ask the store manager or visit Kielbasa.com to find it at a store near you.
Diamonds Direct's biggest and most spectacular sale of the year is starting now. For the first time, it's bigger than ever. Take 20% off virtually everything. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, everything to make this holiday sparkle. This weekend, we're decking the halls with an expanded selection and top designers' appearances in the store. 20% off now through Sunday. Skip the Black Friday madness this year with Diamonds Direct. Open all weekend. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
Hi, my name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio representing people and families who've been injured in traffic collisions since 1994. The reason it's important to call me as soon as possible is the number of tricks and mistakes you can make, even up to talking to insurance companies, which I'm going to tell you not to do. And also some of the billing practices at our local hospitals. And over the last year, I've seen more and more of this, where hospitals are asking patients to assign benefits they do not have to assign, all in an effort to get more money to the hospital than they would receive if all you used was your health insurance. When you call, I will give you your options. We'll talk about your case. And all of that is free of charge. If you or a family member has been injured in a traffic accident, whether car, commercial truck, motorcycle, I want you to call me as soon as possible after the collision. My number, 210-900-0400. That's 210-900-0400. Or go to my website at alawyerforus.com.
Not to brag, but Progressive's Name Your Price tool is mankind's greatest tool ever. Even better than the wheel. Sure, without the wheel, we wouldn't have modern transportation or funny videos of dogs riding skateboards. But without the Name Your Price tool, we wouldn't have easy access to auto insurance options based on our budget. And, well, cars do need wheels. They also need insurance, and insurance never goes flat. Learn more about the greatest tool ever, the Name Your Price tool at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
The holidays are here at the Home Depot. If you're working on getting ready for company,
A lot of company.
make sure you're ready with Black Friday savings. Get up to 40% off select appliances, plus up to an extra $1,000 off select kitchen appliances. Upgrade your kitchen with top brands like GE Profile and get sleek cutting-edge appliances to make sure you've
Got hosting handled.
Yeah, you do. Get Black Friday savings now with free delivery and financing on select appliances this holiday at the Home Depot. Offer valid November 6th through December 4th. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Nothing can prepare you for the epic return of Yellowstone. Sundays at 8, only on Paramount Network. And Philo's here to take you on the ultimate journey back to the Dutton Ranch. That's right, because Philo's the most affordable way to watch new episodes of Yellowstone Yellowstone live. If that's not enough, Philo's also got a whole world of entertainment under one roof, bringing you the best way to watch over 70 top-rated channels, including Paramount Network, AMC, Discovery, History Channel, and more, all for just $28 a month. With Philo, you can watch TV and on-demand TV anytime, anywhere, on up to 3 devices at once. So if your family's anything like the Duttons, you've got one less thing to fight about. You can also save the shows you love, like Yellowstone, and watch them for up to a year. So what are you waiting for? Start your free trial today by going to philo.tv. That's PHILO.tv to start saving more on the TV you just can't afford to miss. And don't miss the epic return of Yellowstone Sundays at 8, only on Paramount Network.
SportsCenter is brought to you by Buyers Barricades, the Texas Authority in Barricade Rental. BuyersBarricades.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. We have cleared a couple of our trouble spots. That stall downtown at 281 northbound Josephine and the stall at 410 eastbound Callahan. Still have the disabled vehicle Loop 410 westbound at McCullough, north side of town. It's off to the right shoulder, still causing about a 5-minute delay. Stop and go from Harry Worsbach. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Buffalo Bills recorded their 6th straight win, defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 30-21, ending KC's franchise record 15-game win streak. The Spurs went 0-2 on the weekend, losing to the Lakers in their first Cup game, 120-115. Tonight, the 6-4 Texans go to Jerry World to take on the hapless Cowboys. Pre-game at 6 o'clock right here. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 3. Big dispute on the Brigade Bar.
Over what?
Cowboys Texans. Families are being ripped apart.
As it always is.
Brothers fighting brothers.
Let me tell you, if this is the final straw and families collapsing, there were issues long ago.
Oh, man. What a mess. I mean, the Cowboys season couldn't be more of a disaster.
Oh, it could get worse. It could get far worse.
No, I think what I mean is now winning games would make it more disastrous.
Yeah, you know what? There you just sit.
Like
you've
reached a point where now it's beneficial for you to lose games.
Oh man, I said it before. You wonder what will spur Jerry into action to make him do something other than what will happen if you do nothing.
Yeah,
which will make it appear like he's doing something, but he has to do that. And I keep thinking at some point he's going to go to the office. He's going to go to his giant building and see yet again at least as much or even more of the other team's colors sitting in the stands and get past the fact that I don't care who bought the ticket, the seat is filled. You know, and that's always Jerry's attitude. I don't care, like me, dislike me, buy the ticket.
Buy the ticket, yeah.
But at what point will he get past that and go, these are the wrong people in the building? And it's my fault because they're here. And I got to start fixing this.
Yeah. Dude, he's also an old man to where now, like, you're going to fix it, and then what? You know what I mean?
True.
Like, what happens when you fix it? All right. I mean, you're dead. No, it's a... I won't act like it's unprecedented. I mean, there's been some bad Cowboys seasons, but I think relative to...
This feels very much the Wade Phillips, Jason Garrett, where the wheels fell off. And, you know, Jerry still looks at that as a knee-jerk. No, it had to happen. He doesn't like the way he had to handle it with Phillips, but that team, it was done. This is done. He's just not going to fire the coach, but it's done. We've been here.
Yeah. The Cowboys' worst season, you have to go back to like 2015 for it to be this big of a disaster. 2020 they finished 6-10.
And that COVID, it was a mess. New coach. Remember McCarthy's first defensive coordinator hire, that Turner dude that was just an abject, colossal failure. So I think everybody gave him a pass for that first year just because of the chaos of and what was going on in the greater world. But yeah.
But 2015, they were 4-12. And the last time that they won fewer than 6 games, besides that season, that 2015 season, the 2015 season, was, you got to go back to the Dave Campo era, 2002.
It was pretty bad then.
So
that was about as bad. Dave Campo always looked like he had lost his keys on the sideline. I was trying to figure out how am I going to get home. Fourth down punt. Where are my keys?
That guy made Chan Gailey look like a great head coach. It's like, what the?
Yeah, you think it's one of those things when you've been around long enough, you go, you think it's bad now. You should have been here when Chan Gailey was calling plays. You should have seen Dave Campo roll out the host of Anthony Hutchinson kind of quarterbacks that we were running. You think it's bad now? It's been worse.
I don't know. It's been worse than this.
Oh, it's been worse.
Especially given what the expectations were.
Yeah, well, there were teams back then that didn't have a Micah Parsons on it, didn't have a C.D. Lamb. At least there's some dudes on this team that there's a Hall of Famer running around. There weren't any Hall of Famers on those teams.
Yeah. But also, this is your team, and this is what you're stuck with.
It's like I keep saying, at what point will Jerry go to work and look around and go, man, this is just too much red. I know they paid tickets and the seats are warm and I'm selling a bunch of beer, but man, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah, it's going to be ugly. Let's take a look at the college football world, where there was some tighter than expected games for some big dog teams, including the number 1 team in the country, who Oregon kind of survived against Wisconsin this week. 16-13 was the final, and Wisconsin, they were going to win this game. Oregon kicks a field goal to go ahead with 2.5 minutes left, but Wisconsin was in control of this game for a good portion of it. They took a lead in the second quarter and held it until the fourth quarter. Oregon finds a way.
Let me tell you, Dan Lanning, this guy is
he's good, man.
As good as there is in college football, no question about it. And all I could think of it while it was going on Saturday afternoon was, how good are you on your worst day? And Oregon couldn't have played any worse.
And they were good enough to win at Wisconsin.
They rolled into a buzzsaw. Wisconsin was cooking. They felt like an upset was coming. They had circled today.
Well, Wisconsin Saturday. Also was off 2 straight losses, and they're in kind of desperation mode. Wisconsin's not – they might not make a bowl game.
No, they threw everything at them, everything but the kitchen sink, and Oregon survived it. Man, there's a lot of good teams. Oregon might be headed toward great right now.
I don't know. I don't think there's any great teams.
No, they're not there yet. But Wisconsin people go, Wisconsin, they're on their 3rd quarterback, and that was a game. They're crossing time zones. This is, we've seen it all season long. You head east, and those teams do not perform. And they went across, went into a buzzsaw, and beat an average team, not a good one, an average one when everything went wrong for them. I was more impressed with that win than any kind of 50-7 win over Purdue.
God bless them, the Northwestern Wildcats, who took on Ohio State in Wrigley Field.
Yeah.
And they were 30-point dogs. I said, if Northwestern scores 1 touchdown, they're going to cover 30. Northwestern scored the first touchdown.
Yes,
they were up 7-0.
And that was it.
And then the wheels fell off. I mean, there's one play where, their punter caught the ball or they snapped it to him. He missed it, had to run and pick it up, and then he started, running around trying to find a spot to kick it. He tries to kick it. It gets blocked. Touchdown, Ohio State. It's like, oh, boy. This is going to be a disaster.
But you have to give them some credit offensively for the scripted plays.
That's
those
it.
first 10 scripted,
hey, man,
boy, we had them down.
Once they scored that touchdown, 31-7, that covers 30 points every time. So God bless Northwestern for getting that job done. Texas Longhorns get a 20-10 win at Arkansas. I was texting you during that game. Man, it was hard to be impressed by Texas.
Here's what kills me about you Texas fan. That was a hell of a win.
I don't know why you keep putting me as Texas fan.
But Texas fan, I saw it on the socials. They're just not very good. What are you talking about? Pittman and Arkansas had circled 3 games this year. Texas was one of them, and they won the other 2. Yeah. Well, they almost won the other 2. They won one of them. That was a great win. It didn't look good. It was not easy. You played a team that hit you hard and came at you all game long, and you were better in every facet.
Defensively, Texas is good.
Oh, man. And let me tell you, right tackle for Texas might be the reason they win a national championship. The right tackle, left tackle.
Both those tackles I think are first-round picks.
Ewers is so comfortably protected most of the time. Now, Arkansas came at him. All of that being said, Ewers is hindering this offense.
Kind of is.
All that I'm saying, and he's winning football games and winning hard games and making good passes, but the one thing that would make Texas unstoppable on that offense, and the offense is pretty damn near unstoppable already, is a quarterback with the legs that Arch would have. If you offered that one little variable, which I do think we will see in a big game, I think that takes Texas from very good to absolutely unbeatable.
See, I disagree. I think Quinn Ewers is better than Arch Manning at this point.
No, I'm not saying that he's not. But what I'm saying is the mobile quarterback, a quarterback of size, Ewers is limited. And you can take away passing lanes from him. And I saw Arkansas do it, and I've seen some other teams do it. You can take away the inside passing lanes. Those crossing routes, you can take them away from him. If you blitz up the middle, you can take the middle of the field away from yours. You can't take it away from Arch because of his size and his ability to move the pocket and still complete it across the middle of the field. A lot of Texas completions now for Ewers is on the sidelines and going deep because he can't get it across the field, but to his super good tight end. That kid can play, by the way. I'm talking about a very good offense, but next year, same pieces and parts. This offense under Arch is a very different, much more explosive offense.
Penn State mollywops Purdue 49-10. Finally, BYU loses. I told you it was coming.
Rock chalk.
It's easy to say I told you so after I've been saying it's coming for about 3 weeks that this team was a fraud and phony squad, and finally. But I did say Kansas was going to win this week. I said they're not going to cover. They're going to win. And they did, 17-13.
But the sad thing about this is, AJ, it just further cemented the fact that Big 12 football bites.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that just further cemented what we saw. It was like, man,
we got a segment.
Ain't nobody playing any football in this conference.
Our next segment, or at 8:30, we're going to do a segment called Losers, and there may be something about that in there. Georgia, 31-17 win over Tennessee. Man, they showed up when they needed to, and they got down early, and I was like, oh, boy, Tennessee might be ending Georgia's season, and you know what? Carson Beck, as bad of a year as he's had, picked a great time to have a game to remind you why he's the freaking quarterback at Georgia.
There you go.
347 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a good win.
Grab your fishing pole, Tennessee. Thanks for playing.
Yep,
we'll see you next year.
Notre Dame 35, Virginia 14. Notre Dame minus 22. They're up by 28 points, and Virginia is first and goal at like the 8.
Hey, somebody had a mortgage payment due.
They used all of their timeouts to make sure that they punched the ball in with like 2 seconds left and cost me money. Virginia, you're dead to me. I hope you lose every game by 1 million going forward. Like Mercer did to Alabama, 52-7 Alabama over Mercer. Oh, my favorite college football bet this weekend was San Jose State plus 14 against Boise. And they were in control. They were up 14-0 on Boise. And I said, oh, boy, they might win this game. Boise fought back. It was 14-14 at halftime. And then in the last 2.5 minutes, when it was 28-21 Boise, and I had accepted that Boise was going to win the game, but I still felt good about a cover. Boise scores. They score with 2.5 minutes left to make it 35-21, and I'm thinking, push, big deal. 70-yard pick six, and San Jose State loses by 21 in a game where, quite frankly, they played neck and neck with Boise. If it weren't, they lost a turnover battle 4-1. San Jose State 483 yards of offense, Boise 456. They did everything they had to do, just couldn't protect the football. And that's the difference between good and great teams.
Winners win. Boise State carrying on, baby. Ashton Genty. One more step.
SMU 38, Boston College 28. Setting up that ACC title game with Miami and SMU.
The sad thing is SMU could have won the Big 12 if they'd have stayed.
Yeah.
They couldn't, and they just went to the ACC, and they might very well win the ACC.
Arizona State 24-14 win at Kansas State. I don't know how that happened. Embarrassing showing for Kansas State.
What's the back's name? What's his name?
Scatabo.
Scatabo, baby. That's why.
Colorado 49, Utah 24. Colorado, respect. 8-2. They're putting up some fight that I didn't expect from them.
Yeah.
And Travis Hunter, I think, probably won the Heisman this weekend.
Dude, he is just poetry.
Louisville falls to Stanford 38-35.
I didn't see any film. I don't know how that happened.
Clemson. Oh, the Clemson-Pitt game was phenomenal. And Cade Klubnik, for as beleaguered as a season as he's had, to break off like a 50-yard touchdown run to win the game, he needed that bad.
He looked like Forrest Gump.
If
you put the way he runs, it's Gump-esque.
South Carolina 34, Mizzou 30. It looked like South Carolina was going to run away with it. Then they blew it and then, got a late touchdown to seal the win.
What's the Missouri coach?
Eli Drinkwitz, yeah.
Salvaging what could have been a utter collapse.
Florida beats LSU 27-16. Oh, Brian Kelly, my God. He's yelling at players. He's losing it. And Tulane smashes Navy 35-0. And I think we've now confirmed Tulane and Army will play for the American Conference Championship with that win, no matter what else happens. So Tulane and Army headed for an AAC title game. And there you go. That's your look around the top 25. Rob, when we come back, I want to take a look at this NBA power rankings that I found.
Uh-oh. Spurs with a bullet? No.
I was surprised where the Spurs are ranked on this list. Maybe you will be too. We'll talk about that next. Morning Huddle on 94.1.
You waking up this morning proud of your busy weekend's accomplishment? Can you look over your property and say, man, I had the right tool and the right time, and I got her all done? If you got a Kubota, either the Kubota BX or the L-Series compact tractor, I bet that's how you're waking up this morning. Those huge jobs suddenly got a little bit smaller because you are rolling in with the very best tractor you can find with a tractor lineup that's rated #1 to durability and owner experience. The Z-Series mowers or maybe the Sidekick utility vehicles are the very best. And if you woke up this morning with all that after using your Kubota, congratulations. That's why you went and got it. You see, Ewald Kubota has always been there, and they're going to continue to be there, offering the very best you can get. And for those of us that look forward to that Saturday morning getting ready to fire up that tool and go get some stuff done, they got the Ewald Kubota. If you've been waiting to get a Kubota because you wanted to get the very best, there's no better time than right now. You got all kinds of special financing on everything from your Kubota BX, like I said, the Z-Series motors. Maybe it's one of those great Sidekick utilities. 0 APR and time to pay. You can save up to $1,000. Go to ewaldkubota.com or Ewald Kubota or KubotaUSA.com for all the details there. But if you want to stuff Daddy's stocking with the very best thing, head over there now and find those great financing deals. Let me tell you, there's no better time ever than going to Ewald Kubota to pick up exactly what you need as the new year comes. No better deals to be had. They're always happy to see you. They're going to follow everything up, the service after the sale, man. They're going to make friends with those over at Ewald. You know why? Because from the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, there's only one. That's Ewald Kubota. It's your Kubota dealer.
If you miss the Blitz with Jason and Joe, then you miss this.
The mustache was very important to me back then.
You wouldn't grow one now?
No.
See, I can't grow a beard, but I think I can do this chin mustache thing. Done
what
this
are you
a couple of
laughing
times.
at,
You call a goatee a chin mustache thing.
Isn't that what it is? Look up goatee in the dictionary. It's a chin mustache thing.
Is that what it says?
I have no idea what it says.
Because I don't think that's what it says.
Right home with the Blitz. Afternoons 2 to 6 on 94.1. San Antonio's Sports Star.
Has a loved one died and left you an old car to sell? GiveMeTheVin.com has just launched the new service GMTVCC.com. Write this down, GMTVCC.com, which is Give Me the VIN classic and collector car buying service. GMTVCC.com will hook you up with GMTVCC Pro buyers that will appraise and offer on that 69 Chevelle, old Corvette, old truck, and especially Restomods. We love Restomods at GMTVCC.com. Don't mess with consignments or auctions. Get paid today on your classic or collector car at GMTVCC.com.
Awesome Tickets is your personal ticket broker. Big games, big concerts, big events. Need tickets? Stay local and call Awesome Tickets. Stop paying all those crazy fees on ticket apps. Awesome Tickets has your tickets for all the sports, concerts, any city, any event. Avoid the ticket app fees. Since 1994, Awesome Tickets is local and veteran owned. You deserve Awesome Tickets. Call 210-226-5136 or online at awesometix.com. That's awesometix.com.
Everywhere you look, things are getting more expensive. So at Consumer Cellular, we're lowering the price for those 50 and up. Now you can get unlimited talk, text, and data for $30 a line when you buy 2. That's just $60 a month for 2 unlimited lines. So if you're 50 and up, make the switch and save. Come on, you've earned this. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com today. Requires 2 lines of service, age validation, and credit approval, subject to system and area limits, taxes, and other fees apply.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With Venture X, earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy and turn everyday purchases into extraordinary trips. Plus, receive premium travel benefits like access to over 1,300 airport lounges where you just check in and chill out. Open up a world of possibilities with Capital One. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Thanksgiving season is the best. That's right, Mr. Turkey. Everyone loves this time of year. Just like Connecticut water softener customers love their Connecticut. Definitely. A Connecticut water softener is the best in the business. Yes, it does keep your feathers soft. Yes, your waddle smooth. And your wings, nah, those things are pretty useless. The Connecticut is a much different water softener compared to the other brands. There's no computer, nothing to plug in, and it runs on kinetic energy. You said it.
For a limited time, receive a free reverse osmosis drinking station at your kitchen sink. 0% interest for 12 months and $400 when you trade in your old water softener.
Mr. Turkey, you're pretty calm considering, you know. Well, on Thanksgiving, we eat turkey.
The last water softener you'll ever own. ConnecticutSA.com.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats. We've got some late-breaking news coming out of the stands. According to multiple sources, Vivid Seats fans are scoring rewards on every purchase and at a rapid pace. Obviously, these rewards are a game changer, and coupled with their MVP-worthy ticket selection, why get tickets anywhere else? Don't drop the ball this season. Shop with Vivid Seats and earn rewards on every ticket. And as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, Vivid Seats is offering you $20 off your first $200 ticket purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Ready to kick off your holiday shopping early? Ulta Beauty's early Black Friday event is here with up to 40% off the best gifts for everyone on your list, even you. Snag $15 cleansers from brands like Tula and Philosophy, plus $10 minis from brands like MAC and Urban Decay that deliver big joy in little packages. And don't miss 40% off select YSL and Armani fragrances. Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
Hello. My name is Jason Thompson. I'm an attorney here in San Antonio, and since 1994, I've been representing people and families seriously injured by negligent drivers. Recently, we've all seen advertisements from attorneys here in San Antonio saying their firm does not get paid an attorney fee unless there's a recovery. And maybe you've heard, we don't get paid unless you get paid, or words to that effect. Well, that is what I've been doing for more than 30 years. I honestly did not know that there were attorneys in San Antonio that would represent an injured client and charge a fee if there was no recovery. You see, I practice law with basic principles, one of which is you never need an excuse to do the right thing. If you or a family member has been injured in a vehicle collision, including a commercial or business vehicle, an 18-wheeler, call me. The phone call and consultation is free. If you hire me, I will not get a fee unless there is a recovery. And this has been true for me and my firm for more than 30 years. My number, 210-900-0400, that's 210-900-0400, or check out my website, alawyerforus.com.
This is Jason Minix, and you're listening to the home of the Texas Rangers, 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Uptown, baby. Uptown, baby. The NBA, about what? About the 20% mark already? Isn't that wild?
So, yeah. Well,
a little under that, I guess.
yeah,
But
I mean, we got a long way to go. But
we're a couple games from where it's not early season anymore.
But we kind of get a sense of who everybody is.
Yeah, I think that's fair. CBS did a power rankings and just where State of the Union, where are these guys at? And at the top, I don't think there's much surprise. The Cleveland Cavaliers, who are 15-0, they go tomorrow to Boston. I'm curious what the line is going to be.
It's over.
You think they're? You know what? I might bet on them tomorrow.
You think they're going to take the Celtics on the road
I
after
think they
winning
might.
15 straight?
I think they might. But I don't know. I'll say this. They are plus 71 net rating in their games, like in their clutch games, like in the games that are considered close. They are dominating. Number 2 is Golden State, and I think they've looked really good, except for when they played the Cavs and got spanked.
Well, I'll tell you what, Golden State's hot right now.
They are.
But they ain't the second best team in the NBA. They're just hot right now.
Number 3 is Oklahoma City, and without Chet, I keep expecting them to have some sort of a fall off. They lost last night against Dallas at home. They ended up losing by 2, but they were getting blown out for the majority of that game. Number 4, they've got the Boston Celtics. And number 5, the Phoenix Suns. Number 6, the Houston Rockets. That's got to be a surprise. I don't think anybody saw the Rockets being that good. They're doing pretty well. Nuggets, Lakers, Grizzlies, Magic round out your top 10. The Magic have actually been better since Paolo got hurt, which is hard to believe.
Yeah, fool's gold, though.
I think you're probably right. But right now they look solid. Kings 11, Mavs 12, Knicks 13.
See De'Aaron Fox over the weekend?
Yeah.
I think he's still shooting.
Good sports player. Timberwolves 14. Timberwolves maybe the most disappointing team this season. They're
Had a
at
good
8-6.
Good win last night. Maybe that'll wake them up.
Clippers 15, which, no Kawhi. James Harden can't shoot.
Harden just stepped over
Ray Allen.
Yeah, Ray Allen, most threes. What is he at? 5th now?
No, he's second.
Second now?
Behind only Steph.
Yeah.
Number 16, your San Antonio Spurs. Is that?
Well, they lost 2 straight. Let's not go too far. But, yeah, they lost to 2 really good playoff-bound teams. They lost to one of the teams they lost to was in the finals last year, and you got LeBron playing as good a basketball as he's ever played right now. It's hard to imagine. So those 2 losses withstanding, the week that they had prior, my goodness, they're about the 16th best team in the league. And
wow.
That's play-in. We're talking play-in now. This is where we thought they'd be, about 16 to 18 all season. And like you said when we started this, we're now starting to figure out who everybody is. And I think the Spurs, 16, yep, that's about right.
I'm not surprised at the fact that I'm going to tell you right now will probably not surprise you, but the next 7 teams behind the Spurs are all Eastern Conference teams.
Well, they're feasting on themselves, which isn't telling me much.
Pacers, Pistons, Heat, Nets, Bucks, Bulls, Hawks. That's your next 7.
And all of them, their wins are coming easy, and their losses are coming west.
Yeah. Then you get to the bottom feeders. The Blazers, 24. Hornets, 25. Sixers, 26. The Sixers are 2-10.
Between the Sixers and the Bucks are the 2 most disappointing teams. But again, we're early, and we saw Giannis go get 60 the other night.
Yeah.
The expectation is, despite Doc Rivers' best efforts to ruin this, they'll figure it out. You know, you got too much talent there. And the Sixers, it's all about Embiid. Let's not kid ourselves. Embiid plays, they're a really, really good basketball team. When they don't play, they're just about average. And they still aren't healthy.
Pelicans 27. And here it is, the final three, the ping-pong battle. 28, 29, and 30. Raptors, Wizards, Jazz. Those three teams you can put in a bag and shake it up and pull out anyone you want, and that's the worst team in the league. I mean, giving up 139 to the Spurs like the Wizards did the other night, that was...
Yeah, they're terrible. Although, I will say this. What my takeaway from Washington, other than, you know, they continue to be what they've always been, is Sarr isn't bad. He's raw beyond belief.
Yeah.
But I kind of saw why, you know, given what they had to do, they took him. I get it. But other than that, I don't know what you do at Washington. I really don't. I mean, they're always going to be bad, and that's just what life is.
Are they still paying John Wall?
Probably. Probably.
But I think those three teams, Raptors, Wizards, Jazz, are almost bad on purpose. I don't think they're necessarily...
We need the Hawks to be bad on purpose. Come on now. They did have a pretty lousy week. They're kind of rounding into form, but we need the Atlanta Hawks to really start sucking it up.
Yeah, beat the Celtics without Trae Young, which I didn't see that coming. But
DeJounte got 28 the other night? Yeah, dude. We need to see Atlanta fall apart.
I think they were really pumped to get the play-in, or not the play-in, the NBA Cup going, the Emirates Cup. They were really motivated.
That's one thing they got. Although, as far as the Cup goes, Spurs got the best court.
I think you might be right.
They got the worst uniform, but they got the best court.
I think you might be right. It's certainly up there. There's some really bad ones like that were. It was distracting to watch the games for some of those. So when yours is one of the better ones, I think there's something to be said for that.
Well, I think it's all about color scheme. And they couldn't, if they went with the color scheme that we had chosen, the court would be the same color as it always had been, just kind of a different brown.
I like the Spurs. I like the Texas thing. There's a couple of them that are really bad. I watched the Knicks. Oh,
theirs is orange.
It's bright orange.
Yeah,
it's very distracting. I was losing track of the ball sometimes. That wasn't good. The Raptors is, and I usually like the color purple. The Raptors is very deep purple. But I think the worst court. It's between Minnesota and the Knicks. That orange court is bad. The green court in Minnesota is really tough to watch. It's a really rough watch. The are in the conversation for best one. I think maybe there's something to it. I like the gray. I like the darker gray court.
Feels kind of blacktoppish.
Have you seen Portland's?
Yeah, it looks good.
Portland's looks very similar to San Antonio's, except with just the red highlights. And of the ones that actually have some real color to them, I think Cleveland's looks really good.
I don't think I've seen theirs.
It's what like color? the wine color.
Oh, okay.
Like that red color. The Rockets looks pretty good, and it's a red.
It could have been worse. It ain't great, but it could have been worse. It could have been Philly.
Yeah, I don't like that court either, that Philly court. So with like the stars all around it, I didn't like that. I didn't like Miami's bright yellow. Who was the other one I saw that I didn't like? There was another yellow one I saw in the Western Conference. Oh, it was the Nuggets. I didn't like the Nuggets court either, where it's like Mile High City written in giant letters across. I don't like that.
You keep telling me this is a big deal, NBA, and you're doing everything else to distract me. You know, this cup matters. We're changing, but just to make sure you're watching, we're going to change the uniform. You need to tune in.
Well, and there's one. I think it was Detroit, where they've got circles all over the court, and you can't really always tell where the lines are on the court. So you can't. Is that the 3-point line, or is that just another circle line? It's crazy.
Run to the third circle.
I mean, there's small circles all over the court. Like, it can't be not distracting. But there you go. I think the Spurs. I don't know if the Spurs are the 16th best team. I maybe because as I talked about last week, they've looked really good against bad competition.
And that's what 16 to 18 does. You beat the bad teams, you lose to the good teams. That's why you're in the middle.
Pack. No, maybe you're right.
And the one thing that we're still not fully functioning yet.
You're cautiously optimistic.
The Dallas loss was tough because they just didn't play very smart.
Yeah, and I don't think Dallas is that good.
No, Luka's sluggish, but that was a tough one just because you should have probably been. But I think a more mature team and a team with a little bit more depth, defined roles. Because I hate to say this, but I think Devin might be better off the bench. I don't know how to what I've been watching, I know he's imminent to be a starter, but I love the energy he comes off the bench with. So ill-defined roles, that's how you lose games like that.
All right, when we come back, we'll take a look at the big losers of the weekend. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
I'm a big loser. Thanks to Dr. Jacob Torres at the Institute for Functional Health. You want to be a big loser too? You want to drop some weight? Listen, Dr. Torres works with all types. If you're tired of the way you're looking and it's just a couple of pounds to finish off what has been a long and hard work, he can do that. He'll work with you great. Because what Dr. Torres does is he endeavors to get you healthy, and a byproduct of that is losing weight. It's very difficult to be healthy and be carrying more pounds than you need. So the intent is to live a healthy lifestyle. The byproduct of that is to lose weight and to learn how to keep it off too. That's why he's been so successful with people just like you and like me, because we know that we just want to lose the weight and not suffer like we have been deprived. Well, you're going to have to give up some stuff. I'm not going to kid you, but how you give it up, when you give it up, and what you do when you give it up, that's the real key, isn't it? If you're tired of being overweight, if you've been told you got to lose weight or there's going to be pills or medication coming, now's the time to call Dr. Torres. The number is 210-468-1891. His website is iffhealth.com. Do yourself a service. Just go to the site and read through it. You're going to see what I'm talking about. Answer the questions that he asks, and it'll take you down the path to success. Call Dr. Torres today. Allow him to let you lose some weight. And I say that way. Allow him to let you lose some weight because he's going to put you on a program that'll work. Now, you just got to go do it. Listen, it's not the easiest thing you'll ever do. It'll be the best. I want you to have a healthy 2025 and come on by and thank me later.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still working this trouble spot on Loop 410 westbound at McCullough. Disabled vehicle that's off to the shoulder. It's about a 5-minute delay slow from Harry Wurzbach. Downtown 35 southbound McCullough, we did have a stall that just cleared. Rolling slowly 1604 eastbound Boulevardy Road on over to Lookout. Also on 410 north on Houston Street to Benz Engelman. It's stop and go on I-10 eastbound West Avenue over to San Pedro. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time Saver Traffic.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation.
As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. So stay off Santa's naughty list and deck the halls, not our roadways. Don't Mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Flight by Yuengling. It's the next generation of light beer. For those who don't follow trends, but craft them. Flight by Yuengling is 12 ounces of uncompromised refreshment from America's oldest brewery. With only 2.6 grams of carbs and 95 calories, this is premium refreshment 6 generations in the making. Don't just raise a glass, raise the bar. Flight by Yuengling. Available wherever beer is sold. DG Yuengling & Son Incorporated, Pottsville, Pennsylvania. Please enjoy responsibly.
Buyers Barricades is proud to provide traffic control, rental, and sales for work zones and events in the San Antonio area and beyond. Buyers Barricades, the Texas authority in barricade rental. Learn more online at buyersbarricades.com. That's buyersbarricades.com.
When you are just craving something salty and packs a crunch, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds is your crunch time decision. Game day just got a whole lot crunchier thanks to the powerhouse snack, Southern Recipe Pork Rinds. We're talking about crispy, golden bites of pure awesomeness. Pork rinds are your MVP snack. And get this, they're low carb and high in protein, so you can keep the energy high without the guilt. Don't settle for ordinary on game day. Grab yourself a bag of Southern Recipe Pork Rinds at H-E-B today.
If you're a bacon lover, boy, do I have good news for you. Hi, this is Mike Kielbasa, and we've just made our legendary dry-cured bacon available at H-E-B. This is bacon made the way it was made in the old days, with no water, no chemicals, just 4 simple ingredients and real hickory smoke. The result? A slow-crafted bacon with a bold flavor our fans know and love. Now in a new package. Life is too short for watered-down bacon, so if you don't see Kielbasa dry-cured bacon at your H-E-B, ask the store manager or visit Kielbasa.com to find it at a store near you.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Whatever you love, find it on eBay. eBay. Things people love.
Some people just know they could save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like, you know to check that your seats aren't in the visitor section first, before buying tickets.
I'm so excited for this game. I can't believe you got us tickets.
Me too. Wait, are we on the wrong side?
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This is going to be a long game.
You're in good hands with Allstate.
Savings vary, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body? The first is my heart. Old Spice. Men have skin too. Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. 24/7 renewing moisture with daily use.
Shop early, save big all month long during Black Friday build-up at Lowe's. Right now, get select pre-lit artificial Christmas trees starting at just $59.98. Don't wait to save. Shop these deals today, in-store or online, because Lowe's knows deals. Discount taken at time of purchase while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. Monday night at 7:15. The Cowboys take center stage hosting the Houston Texans for Monday Night Football.
I like this kind of party.
Pre-game starts after the Blitz at 6. Presented by AA Best Bail Bonds and Ewald Kubota.
This is all cooking. How about them Cowboys?
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. South Texas home of the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Oh, my.
What's this guy's name? Shabuzi?
Shabuzi. He's the running back for Arizona State. Scattaboozy.
Scattaboozy. Let me tell you, Scattaboo's going to be playing on Sunday.
We're
going to know that name very well.
Yeah.
No, I won't want him on my team.
I'll take him.
I don't want a white running back.
I'll take him.
I'm against
I'll
that.
take that McCaffrey kid, too.
He's the one. He's the exception to the rule. Don't give me no Toby Gerhart.
Hey, Toby was a baller. No, okay. I'll see your Toby Gerhart, and I'll raise you a Mike Allstott.
How about Toby Gerhart was on the cover of Madden?
Dude, he was going to be the next. Only problem was he ran a 4.840.
Right.
Other than that, he was a football player.
Man, the cover of that may be the most random dude to be on the cover of Madden ever.
And I was.
It's like, it's a Madden curse got Toby Gerhart. No, Toby Gerhart just wasn't good at football.
No, it was McCaffrey that skipped the bowl. It wasn't Gerhart. McCaffrey skipped the bowl game.
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Gerhart, he was a fine college football player.
A good college football player.
But slow.
Yeah.
Therein lies the rub. All right, let's do some losers, man.
Let's do it.
You lose. You are such a loser. You're a bona fide schmuck.
Time now to find out who blew it this weekend. The losers.
You bunch of losers! Look who's back. It's the loser.
I'm going back to a better class of losers.
With AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio's Sports Star.
Hello, losers.
No, he says Mike Hill. I think he means Peyton Hillis was on the cover also. Was it him and not Toby Gerhart? Am I getting those two mixed up?
I think I remember Hillis, but it wouldn't be surprised me if Gerhart was on it.
It probably was Hillis and not Gerhart then.
But Gerhart was early 2000s, so it's been a minute. But I wouldn't be surprised if he was on NCAA football.
But Peyton Hillis was on Madden.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah, Peyton was.
He was never good.
Well, he's a
white running back.
Yeah, he's no Taysom Hill.
No. Yeah, Josh is saying it was Peyton Hillis. Yeah. It was but geez, man. White running backs, it's like they're unicorns. I mean, so that's why enjoy Christian McCaffrey. He's the unicorn. All right. You want to start with losers? Or you want me to start?
I'll throw one out. It's the easiest one. I had to change because you kind of intimated I was going to do some Big 12 talk. But I'll dive in on the easiest one, lowest hanging fruit. Brian Kelly, congratulations. You have yet again proved exactly who you are. You could talk well with the administration. You look good in front of all the alumni, and you probably raise a fair amount of money. You just can't coach in the fourth quarter, and it was proven yet again that your team collapsed. No matter where you coach, whether it be in Indiana, Cincinnati, or now in LSU, your teams just fall apart in the fourth quarter. Congratulations, you are who we thought you were.
Yeah, Brian Kelly's very much in that James Franklin mold where he wins so many games that it's hard to justify firing him.
Yeah.
But he never wins the games that he needs to win to, like, get over the hump. And I always think back to when they made the national title game and Alabama just smacked them.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, dude, you're just not on that level. You're not on that level. Yeah, I don't know about Brian Kelly. I don't know what they're going to do with him. I think they're stuck with him for a while. They overpaid the dude, and it just is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is he better than, Go Tigers, Ed Orgeron? Probably. He's going to be better coach to me, or maybe.
But I have learned over my long and illustrious life that there's a total pie to coaching. X and O's is part of the pie. There is also motivating. There's also alumni relations. There's this big pie. Orgeron couldn't coach his way out of a paper bag, but damn it, his players believed what he told them.
Yeah.
I mean, his players would run through and do something stupid, but they were going to do it.
It's ironic because his players didn't understand what he was telling them.
That was the other issue.
Go Tigers.
All right.
All right. Let's go then. Go Tigers. Yeah, I had Brian Kelly on my list too, and I would get to the Big 12. BYU losing essentially locked up the fact that the Big 12 is a one-bid league, much like the ACC, no better. And whoever comes out of the Big 12, you're a lamb to slaughter. I don't care if it's BYU, Colorado. I think Kansas State might be out after losing this weekend. Like, none of those teams are good. Iowa State, that's the other team that's in it. No, there's not a team in the Big 12 that's worth a damn. And we talk about the SEC and how they kind of eat themselves.
Mm-hmm.
The Big 12, they get a bunch of wins that mean nothing because you're beating a bunch of basically what amount to G5 teams. Like, oh, wow, beating Arizona is like beating Troy. Who cares?
It's true.
Raise a banner. So BYU, Colorado, whoever it is, I don't know who I'm going to cheer for when those two teams play. Oh, my God. But whoever comes out of the Big 12, they are going to get smacked. And I think at this point, the G5 rep is probably going to be ranked ahead of the Big 12 rep. Like, I don't think the Big 12 is going to get they're not going to get a bye. They're not going to get a free square game. They're going to have to play in round one, which is, we didn't think that was going to happen. We always just assumed, well, whoever the G5 rep is, they're going to be the 12 seed. But I think Boise might be the freaking 4 seed.
Maybe we should start a relegation thing. Like if the Big 12 cannot come up with a worthy, guess what?
Mountain West, you get the
you get the pick. Sorry, and next year, Big 12, you have to play your way in. You have to earn your way back into this Power 5 because you ain't in it.
There's a world, and it's highly unlikely. But let's say BYU lost again. And when they play Colorado, they beat Colorado. So Boise's got 2 losses. Colorado has 3. There is a world where Boise gets in and the winner of Tulane Army gets in. And those are the top, because the way it's written is the 5 highest ranked conference champions So if a 2 or 3 loss Big 12 champion gets in, they could be ranked behind the American winner and the Mountain West winner. There is a world where the Big 12 could be left out of these playoffs. It's highly unlikely, but it's entirely possible.
It should happen. I think on its face, you look at the Big 12 and you go, Colorado, to me, is the most marketable and I think going to turn out to be the best team in the Big 12 by the time this is all said and done, because they are getting better. But that's the only thing that should come out of the Big 12 is Colorado in my mind. That's it.
Where are you going next?
I'm going to go to my good friend Glenn Doc Rivers.
Okay.
Not only was he fined $25,000 over the weekend for complaining about calls that led his team, the Milwaukee Bucks, to stroll into a place known as Buzz City, which is Charlotte. You might not have known that, but they're buzzed. Buzz City, and lose free throws from LaMelo Ball. At some point, it's time for Glenn to go. Doc, I'm not even going to call you that because Doc Rivers won basketball games, won belts and won rings and fixed franchises and showed up and showed young guys how to become professional basketball players and become star. Glenn Rivers,
he's just a guy.
Just ruins Dame Lillard. Glenn Rivers can't figure out any defense. Glenn Rivers causes internal strife. I don't know what's going on. Doc, it's over, man. You've taken a good franchise and tried to fix what was broken, and you've made it worse. I don't know how do you make it worse? But he did. What's their most recent? They sit right now. They are 12th in the East. They're 4-9 total. They're 1-6 on the road. They're 3-7 in their last 10. And they lost their last game. You're a loser, Doc.
Yeah, I can't argue that one. I'm going to go with Brock Purdy. This season is going about as poorly as it could. Not necessarily because of him, but because it's going so poorly, the 49ers are going to have a real decision to make about what kind of money they're going to give to Brock Purdy. Because this is an expensive roster that they've got already. And if Brock Purdy isn't good enough to carry them with this roster, what's it going to look like when he doesn't have that great roster around him? I think you're talking about, like, this could be the difference between Brock Purdy staying in San Francisco or not.
You just went where I was going, AJ. How shocked will you be to see him on the market?
I won't be, because the thing that we've always thought about Kyle Shanahan is he's the quarterback whisperer. And let's face it, he took Jimmy Garoppolo to a Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. He took Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, to the Super Bowl. I don't know that when he knows he doesn't have it, like with Trey Lance, he says, no, this isn't good enough. Get him out of here. But you can find Brock Purdy's and Jimmy Garoppolo's all over the place.
Done, like you just brought it. He's done this twice already. He got rid of Garoppolo and he got rid of Lance. No questions asked. Goodbye, good riddance. And Darnold came through too.
He turned Matt Ryan into an MVP.
Dude, Purdy will not be a 49er.
I don't think he should be. I really think that he's not. I mean, I'm not saying he sucks. He doesn't suck. I'm just saying he's just a guy. And you don't if the Cowboys will teach us anything, don't pay just a guy like he's the guy just because it's his turn. All right? Don't pay Dak Prescott Joe Burrow money when he ain't Joe Burrow.
I would gladly pay Purdy $1 million less than Baker Mayfield. I would happily. Here, take it. I will sign it with a little heart on on top of every I. That's where you belong. And if you will sign for that money, we will win a lot of football games.
But if you're talking about paying Brock Purdy like a top 5 guy, I don't think you can do it, man.
All right, I have to go back to the usual suspects. Yes, there is indeed gambling going on in Morocco. Doug Peterson maintains he's still on this loser list.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
I mean, that was the most embarrassing. Like the Lions, and Dan Campbell must hate Doug Peterson. Like that way, he was trying to embarrass him. That was like. Like, Dan Campbell's like the guy who, like, hides your clothes when you're in the hot tub and locks the door so you're outside naked. Like, what the hell's going on? Like he was looking to embarrass him.
Dougie, man, you went from unemployable to I don't know what you're going to do now. You can't even do TV after this one. Doug Peterson maintains his. I think he's been on the loser list every week.
He's up there. He and Aaron Rodgers. I left Aaron Rodgers alone this week just because I mean he is a loser still. He continued to be a loser, which I love. By the way, I found this meme on the internet of the New York Jets. Winning percentage is Jets starting quarterback. Zach Wilson, 364. Sam Darnold, 342. Aaron Rodgers, 273. All this talk about, wait till we get Aaron Rodgers. He stinks. He's a loser.
Man.
Kickers are losers.
Oh, you didn't take mine, did you? You took him. Oh,
Justin Tucker.
Oh, this is so fun.
Dustin Hopkins, losers. Jake Elliott, loser. Evan McPherson, loser. Jake Moody of the Niners, losers. What's going on with these guys? Justin Tucker, a 90% kicker for his career, is at 72%.
He was my number one, man.
My number one is Washington State.
Oh.
Washington State had a chance. How do you lose to New Mexico at football? They were we were talking about, they were ranked. They had a chance to do something. Losers. Hour number 4 coming up. Morning Huddle 94.1, San Antonio Sports Star.
You're locked on the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. KTFM Floresville. San Antonio Sports Stars 50K Pro Football Pick'em giveaway is back. Head to sasportstar.com and pick the winners of each pro football game every week to earn points for each correct pick. Highest points each week wins a $25 gift card to Mellow Mushroom. Highest points overall scores $1,000 worth of tickets from A Awesome Tickets. Pick the winning ticket of every regular season game. Win the grand prize, $50,000. This is an Audience National contest across multiple markets. The 50K Pro Football Giveaway. Register and win at sasportstar.com.
This report is sponsored by Don't Mess with Texas and the Texas Department of Transportation.
As you travel on Texas highways this holiday season, remember that Don't Mess with Texas means don't litter. So stay off Santa's naughty list and deck the halls, not our roadways. Don't Mess with Texas. A message brought to you by TxDOT.
Divorce is a fight. If you don't want to get knocked out of the ring by your spouse, then you need an aggressive law firm with a stable of hard-hitting attorneys at your disposal. Contact Barton & Associates today. Visit TexasDivorce.com. That's TexasDivorce.com.
Methodist Care Now Urgent Care has over 19 locations throughout San Antonio, open 7 days a week. From injuries and illnesses to school and sports physicals, Care Now Urgent Care is here to help you feel better fast. Find a location near you at carenow.com and use our convenient web check-in today.
Diamonds Direct's biggest and most spectacular sale of the year is starting now. For the first time, it's bigger than ever. Take 20% off virtually everything. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, everything to make this holiday sparkle. This weekend, we're decking the halls with an expanded selection and top designers appearances in the store. 20% off now through Sunday. Plus, book an appointment and get an additional $100 off. Open all weekend. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
This Thanksgiving, Target makes hosting easy with our lowest prices of the season, like Good and Gather Premium Turkey for 79 cents a pound and quality green beans for 55 cents. Or classic stovetop stuffing on sale for $1.99 and delicious Favorite Day apple or pumpkin pie for only $4.49. Plus, get unlimited same-day delivery with a free 14-day trial of Target Circle 360 to make planning even easier. Save more on hosting. Happier holidays from Target. Restrictions apply.
Ready to kick off your holiday shopping early? Ulta Beauty's early Black Friday event is here with up to 40% off the best gifts for everyone on your list, even you. Snag $15 cleansers from brands like Tula and Philosophy, plus $10 minis from brands like MAC and Urban Decay that deliver big joy in little packages. And don't miss 40% off select YSL and Armani fragrances. Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
Jason Minix here from the Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win. And they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Home ownership. At Progressive, we know it's part of the American dream. It's winds blowing across a fruited plain, and also your new fire pit, which subsequently sets your gazebo ablaze. It's hard-hitting football, and an even harder-hitting price estimate from your general contractor. That's a star-spangled bummer. It's also around-the-clock protection when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, which can help keep the American dream of home ownership alive and kicking. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states.
George gets justice. After being hit by an 18-wheeler, the experienced attorneys of George Salinas Injury Lawyers are San Antonio's choice for getting you the maximum compensation you deserve. With over 110 years of combined experience, they've recovered millions for their clients. 18-wheelers may be bigger than you on the road, but you can be bigger than them in the courtroom. George guarantees that you don't pay unless they win your case. Call 210-225-0909 today for a free consultation. George gets justice. GetGeorge.com.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. Still working this trouble spot on Loop 410 westbound at McCullough. Disabled vehicle to talk to the shoulder. It's about a 5-minute delay slow from Harry Wurzbach. Downtown 35 southbound McCullough, we did have a stall that just cleared. Rolling slowly, 1604 eastbound Boulevardy Road on over to Lookout. Also on 410 north on Houston Street to Benz Engelman. It's stop and go on I-10 eastbound West Avenue over to San Pedro. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA. Time saver traffic.
San Antonio Sports Center.
The Buffalo Bills recorded their 6th straight win, defeating the Kansas City Chiefs 30-21, ending KC's franchise record 15-game win streak. The Spurs went 0-2 on the weekend, losing to the Lakers in their first Cup game, 120-115. Tonight, the 6-4 Texans go to Jerry World to take on the hapless Cowboys. Pre-game at 6 o'clock right here. I'm Rob Thompson on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Show.
Sports Center is brought to you by Kielbasa Dry Cured Bacon. Kielbasa, we've got bacon available at H-E-B.
From the studios of San Antonio Sports Star, reaching more sports fans than any station in South Texas. Welcome to the Morning Huddle with A.J. Hoffman and Rob Thompson. This is 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Hour number 4 of the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star. We didn't even talk about the other games that went on in the NFL this weekend. There was more than just the Bills Chiefs and Bengals Chargers.
Well,
Ravens Steelers was a phenomenal game.
It was a knife fight.
Yeah, lots of bleeding. I like that.
The biggest, manliest team won. The Maz Macho team won.
I wonder, are you worried if you're a Ravens fan?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not. There's one team that has the formula to stop Lamar, and it's Pittsburgh. That's the one team.
Ravens now 7-4.
I would have done some different things if I was Baltimore. I think sometimes Harbaugh gets kind of lost in the basics. I don't know. Maybe I'd have been a little bit more adventurous as an offense against them after the first half, but who am I to say? That's a tough football team, and they lost to a Steeler team that just knows how to beat them. I don't know what else you do.
Speaking of losers, coaches who've got to be fired, the Raiders, I I kind of understand why they let Pierce stay on as the coach. He just isn't a good coach.
Well, he's gone. What do you do when it's over? There's a lot of these country songs, but it's over. It wouldn't. Do you think it would change one thing if they let him go today?
No.
I mean, so.
But like this team has quit, and like there was a touchdown. Jonnu Smith. It was like a 50-something yard touchdown where Jonnu Smith was just standing by himself in the middle of the field, and he caught it. And I think when he looked around, he was like, he couldn't believe he was there, and just walks into the end zone. The only good thing the Raiders have going for them is that tight end. Brock Bowers is a freaking
cyborg
stud.
Okay, so let's play this game. Who would you get if you're Mark Davis? Who's your next contestant?
It's Mike Vrabel.
Is it Vrabel? Well, okay.
It's Antonio Pierce, but has proven that he knows how to coach. Like
I'm just gonna say you were.
I think
in
he's
the
a motivator of men, and he's like.
I agree, but does that feed the Raider Bulldog?
There is no Raider Bulldog.
Well, there's a I think. It would be the best hire. I'm just not sure it would be the hire that Mark Davis feels he needs to make.
Maybe not.
You know what? No, you tell me what the environment is. Well, Raider fan, whether they're in L.A. or Oakland or in Vegas, would they be happy with a boring Raiders? And Vrabel,
it will
be boring.
The Titans were boring. I don't know, but here's what I do know. What you've got right now is already boring.
Oh, yeah, it's boring for a lot of other reasons, but I mean,
like Gardner Minshew is boring. And it'd be nice if they were more exciting, but like I think they'd be happy if their team was not a joke. Mm-hmm. And Max Crosby's a good player, and you're kind of wasting him. The fact that you had to trade Devontae Adams like because your team was a joke, it's like the Raiders fans don't want to be that. I think Raiders fans know that it's an uphill climb for them to be great again, but they don't want to be a laughingstock. And right now they're a laughingstock.
I think
something's got to change.
With every embarrassing outing, especially the teams that are losing the way the Raiders are losing and the Cowboys are losing and now Jacksonville is losing, just the horrific, just beat downs. I'm an owner going, what I can do is go get a defensive coach that will at least keep it close.
Yeah.
And that's the easiest fix for those three teams.
Seahawks 20, Niners 17.
Shocking.
If Josh Allen didn't do what he did to the Chiefs, Geno Smith's go-ahead touchdown run would have been getting a lot of love today.
What was that quote he had? They wrote me off, but I didn't keep.
I already kept receipts.
Whatever that is. That was another one of those. What the hell was that, Geno? Every now and then he pulls one out of his butt. Like you look like a superstar every now and again. And I guess when you got those three wide receivers, they're going to go get a ball for you. That was so impressive.
The NFC West, Arizona 6-4, Rams, Seahawks, Niners all 5-5. Like it is so tight in that NFC West. I don't know. I mean, I still feel like San Francisco's the best of that bunch, but they got an uphill climb.
Let me tell you, I'm unimpressed with everyone. I'm impressed with where the bad teams have come. Like the Cardinals shouldn't be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I'm impressed with that. But
Jonathan Gannon deserves some Coach of the Year love because that team should not be at the top of this division, yet they are.
But the rest of them, my goodness, it's just a bunch of letdowns and mistakes and what ifs for the rest of that division.
Yeah, I don't know. Rams and Seahawks at 5-5. I could have said, okay, that's about right. Like it wouldn't have shocked me preseason for them to be sitting at 5-5. The 49ers are an abject failure at this point. Packers 20, Bears 19. The Packers continue to not only do their stockholders own Lambeau Field, but they also own Soldier Field.
Are they going to get the next field that they build into next time?
The Packers that is their property, and the Bears think they're going to kick a go-ahead field goal. Oh no, Bubba, that's
tonight.
Getting blocked.
That's
that ain't
2 weeks in a row. We've had a field goal blocked to win it.
Yeah. So. Death, taxes, and Packers beat the Bears. Shocking development.
Before we move on. Apart from the near victory that was grasped, thankfully, from the Jaws, what did you think of Caleb yesterday?
I don't see it with him. I get his offensive line is bad. I get that, but I don't know. There's nothing special about him to me. And I also think he's a loser.
That's a nightmare.
I think that when he's one of those dudes who, when things don't go his way, he pouts and he crumbles. And I don't think he's long for the league.
I will say, and it was pointed out during the game, that the new OC has changed this offense to kind of fit what a rookie should look like. I mean, quick passes. They even had a difference in the time to release. It went from 2.9 to 2. I mean, he's dropped nearly a second off of his dropbacks. They're getting the ball out fast. And it looked like it was a little bit more appropriate to where he is as far as his development. But nothing really great downfield. A lot of great DJ Moore runs and, yaks that kept them in the game. But that was the end. If there was any question that any of the coaches for Chicago would come back, I'm talking about any of them.
Yeah.
Yesterday, that was it. It's over.
Remember when Caleb Williams at the beginning of the season was like, oh, we're not going to use our punter much this year.
Well, you know why? No, you're not, because you keep turning it over. But other than that.
Lions 52, Jags 6. That was a hate crime towards big cats. That was cat on cat crime where I can't even believe how pathetic Jacksonville was in that game. Now, I did think there was maybe a little overkill for Dan Campbell throwing it in the fourth quarter the way he did, but you're trying to wipe a bad taste out of your mouth.
Hey,
that's
man.
The way to do it, I guess.
Like you were saying, the hate crime. Hey, if you don't like it, stop it.
That's it. Vikings 23, Titans 13. The Vikings moved to 8-2. It's the quietest 8-2 I can remember. Nobody's talking about the Vikings. They just keep winning football games.
I'm going to be honest, though. As much as I think this has been a great story, and it is, and Darnold comeback player of the year and all the awards he's due, it feels like they're regressing back to the mean. It feels like they're not as good as they were 3 weeks ago. I could be wrong.
They just got a 10-point win on the road.
I know, but I'm just saying the vibe I'm getting is they're running out of steam. There's still enough. Let's just see what the next 2 weeks look like.
At Bears coming up in their next one.
That'll cure what ails you.
That'll fix things. Yeah, their remaining schedule, Bears, Cardinals, Falcons, Bears again, Seahawks, Packers, Lions.
That's not easy, man.
It's not easy.
That's not easy.
But they've already won a game at Green Bay. They beat the hell out of the Texans.
They're capable of winning every one of those games. But Sam Darnold is also capable of losing them on his own in every one of those. So.
But I credit where it's due, though. If you had told me Sam Darnold was going to be the quarterback of the Vikings all season long, if you said they were going to win 8 games total, I would have been like, hey, nice job, Sam Darnold. They've already won 8. They're 8-2.
Hey.
This is an incredible coaching job. Rams 28, Patriots 22. Man, Patriots. I give the Patriots credit. They have almost no talent, but they fight. They're fighting.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Our Jimmies were better than your Jimmies, and we went out and won.
This is one of the more embarrassing bets that I've made this season was the Browns. Saints 35, Browns 14. Jameis throwing for 400 yards and the Browns still losing by 3 touchdowns is an indictment. And the fact that I don't know how it seems like about every 5 or 6 games the Saints lull teams into thinking that Taysom Hill isn't on their team anymore.
Who's that number 7 and why is he playing quarterback?
And
dude,
they randomly throw him in.
He's going to run.
Teams are like, what? We didn't look at film on this guy. How do you not know Taysom Hill exists, and how do you not have when he's on the field, you have to account for him, and the Browns just didn't.
When he took that touchdown, when he just turned the corner and ran off that.
It's crazy.
Man, everybody in the world knew he was about to run. Everybody but Cleveland, that is.
The Browns are such losers. That franchise is such a joke.
Let's give him some love.
No, they're 2-8.
Jameis is doing Jameis things, throwing for 400 yards.
And they lost by 3 touchdowns to a Saints team that has a MASH unit. So they don't even have players on the field.
So if you were a Brown,
they had a popcorn guy playing wide receiver this week. They say, hey, popcorn guy.
What's your attitude if you're a Brown today?
I would kill myself.
Well, you're out from underneath Deshaun.
No, you're not.
Well,
the money's still the money.
No, I'm just saying he ain't in the building. I mean, you don't have that to worry about. Your quarterback's throwing for some yards.
So what are you going to do? Pay Jameis to come back next year?
Oh God, no. But I kind of felt like no matter how bad it is, it ain't as bad as it was.
I guess it's pretty bad.
400 yards offense.
Cool.
Stefanski's gonna. We always will have.
Well, hey, give Kevin Stefanski the 400 yards of offense trophy.
That's about all he's gonna get.
He'll be able to pawn that thing when he's unemployed. Colts 28, Jets 27. The laughingstock that is the New York Jets continues to amuse me. I love to see that team fail. I love to see Aaron Rodgers fail. As a Bills fan, I always hated the Patriots and hated the Dolphins. And, that felt like the teams that the Bills were rivals with. The Jets were have always been such a joke that I couldn't hate them. But now with Aaron Rodgers, I've got reason to hate the Jets, and it is so satisfying to watch them drown in their own vomit. Like, they just...
Well, I think yesterday was the come to Jesus moment for Aaron.
It should be.
When he go back and watch the very last play of the game, when Aaron just gets up, or his last play of the game gets up, and you could see the look in his eyes, like, man, I don't know, I don't have it. My team doesn't have it, and I still got games to play.
Aaron Rodgers got outplayed by Anthony Richardson yesterday.
Yes, he did.
That's all you need to know about that game yesterday was Anthony Richardson, who was benched and really isn't good, but he outplayed Aaron Rodgers yesterday.
It was not a good weekend for old guys.
No.
Well,
except for Russell Wilson.
Well, yeah, I wouldn't quite put him in the senior citizen category.
Oh,
but
I
he's
would.
Getting
Good
there.
Lord.
Well, compared to Aaron, he's a young, spry chicken.
Steelers 18, Ravens 16. Grimy game. They did a good job holding Lamar from running, holding Derrick Henry from running. Steelers just kind of chipped away on offense all day. It wasn't pretty, but it got the job done.
I get the sense that there's a lot of NFL teams that go and get the Pittsburgh-Baltimore tape. And they try to do what Pittsburgh does to Baltimore to no avail. It doesn't work. They think they're going to be able to pin in Lamar. We're going to try to do some J.J. Watt things over here or some T.J. Watt things over here. And you think you can do what Pittsburgh does to Baltimore. But only Mike Tomlin and Pittsburgh can do to Baltimore what they do. You can't mimic their film. You can't do what they do. I don't know why that is. But they own, as much as Green Bay owns Chicago, it feels like Tomlin owns Baltimore.
Well, you ain't going to – there's not many teams that are going to beat the Ravens by kicking 6 field goals.
I agree. I mean,
you score no touchdowns, you usually ain't beating this team.
Only Tomlin beats you with 6 field goals.
And, oh, my gosh, Bo Nix might be on to something here. The Denver Broncos, 38-6 winners over the Falcons.
Who gets more credit here? Is it Sean Payton seeing something that we didn't see, or is Sean Payton just coaching the rest of the team's ass off and just making sure, is Nix above his pay grade? Is he at his pay grade? You know what I mean?
So we talked about this on my old podcast when the Saints were, and we actually made a bet on exactly where Bo Nix would be drafted, and we predicted him to go to the Broncos. Because remember, Sean Payton's a Bill Parcells guy. And Bill Parcells' rule of quarterbacks were, I want guys who played 4 years of college football,
big school,
at a big-time program, and were winners. And Bo Nix checked all those boxes. He was the only quarterback in this draft, like the high-end quarterbacks, that checked all those boxes. Sean Payton knew that Bo Nix wasn't the sexy pick, but he wasn't going to have to move up. He just waited for Bo Nix to come to him. And this is what he was looking for. He wanted a guy that he felt like was smart enough to run his offense. Clearly, Bo Nix is. He's like, I don't need you to be Joe Montana. I don't need you to be Peyton Manning. I just need you to just not screw up.
Why is he the only coach that sees this, that does this? Name another coach that can go win like this.
I mean,
Drew Brees, while being a legend for the last 4 years, had a rag for an arm. Couldn't get the ball downfield. He was protected and hidden with Taysom Hill on 3rd and long situations. Why is it that only Peyton can do this?
I think Andy Reid's in that group too. I've seen Andy Reid But you
No.
It's
With
easy in
Alex
hindsight.
Smith and Pat Mahomes.
Now, remember, Alex Smith was thrown into a trash heap.
No, I'm saying he's a hell of a coach.
And he revived him.
But it's not like this.
And remember that Patrick Mahomes, everybody passed on Patrick Mahomes. Nobody thought he was that dude.
He's a legend. That's different. I'm talking about this. Bo Nix standing in a room of 25 college quarterbacks looks exactly like every one of them.
So did Drew Brees.
And exactly. So what is it about Sean Payton? Is he the only dude that has cracked the code?
I think. I mean, I go back to what Bill Parcells and I really think those Bill Parcells quarterback rules carried over to this, and Sean Payton that's what works for him.
Ridiculous, man.
He's good.
And Bo Nix is never asked to do anything hard. You know what I mean?
No.
Just do what you can do.
And then, of course, the Bills 30-21 winners over the Chiefs. The Chargers 34-27 winners over the Bengals. We talked about those pretty deep early in the show. All right, when we come back, we will take a look at what's going on outside the world of sports. It is the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
94.1 San Antonio Sports Star traffic from News Talk 550 KTSA.
Good morning. A couple of trouble spots as you get into your midday commute. We've got a wreck on 35 northbound Casson Road. That's the southwest side of town. Left lane, left shoulder blocked. About a 10-minute delay has you slow from Fisher Road. This wreck involving an 18-wheeler is off the median. And then downtown on 35 southbound before you get to St. Mary's Camden. That's a stall left lane. 10-minute delay slow from AT&T Center Parkway. I'm Debbie Alcacer, KTSA, Time Saver Traffic.
What's up? 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star, South Texas home of the NFL. Monday night, Thursday night, and Sunday night football. Presented locally by Flight by Yingling, the next generation of light beer. 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
This report is sponsored by Integrity Roofing and Siding.
Roofing and siding can be expensive. Save $1,000 on a new full roof or full siding job at Integrity Roofing when you mention the Andy Everett special. Some restrictions apply. $1,000 off. Call Integrity Roofing, 340-ROOF, 340-7663, or integritysa.com.
Lowe's knows that to win the job, pros need the best prices. That's why only at Lowe's, MVP's Pro Rewards members can get a volume discount on eligible orders as low as $1,500 at the Pro Desk. That means you get the prices you need to start any job, small or large, because Lowe's knows pros. Valid in-store only. More terms and restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms or Pro Desk for details.
All right, gentlemen, this is Emmett Smith on behalf of Depend, and I've got the perfect play. Run straight to your doctor's office for a life-changing catch. Because when prostate cancer is caught early, it's up to 99% treatable, and one blood test might be all it takes. And now through November, Depend is donating to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for select purchases. Talk about a great play.
From September 1st to November 30th, Depend is donating 40 cents to the Prostate Cancer Foundation for Depend Shield Guards, Real Fit products purchased in the U.S. up to a maximum of $300,000 void in Mississippi.
Hey, this is Rob Thompson here for Prize Picks, my daily fantasy game, and it better be yours. It probably is. There's already 10 million people playing it. You better jump in. We're mid-season now, and this is the time to play because we know what to expect. We're fantasy players. We know if Jaden Daniels is going to go get it. We know if Dak Prescott's got it in him. We know if Pat Mahomes doesn't. That's why Prize Picks is so much fun. Your skill, your knowledge put to use, and there's free money. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with injury insurance so that your lineups stay in play even if your players get injured. If your player leaves in the first half and doesn't return, Prize Picks keeps your lineup live. They put their members first, too. All withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When picks hit, you can get your money in as quick as 15 minutes. Download the app today and use code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code ALAMO to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, run your game.
An accident or injury can derail your life in an instant, leaving you struggling to pay for medical bills and daily expenses. At Thomas J. Henry, we believe every Texan deserves justice, no matter their financial situation. That's why we offer our no-win, no-fee promise. You don't pay us unless we win your case. We know how difficult recovering from an accident can be. Let us handle your case while you focus on getting better. Thomas J. Henry, the name you know, the firm you trust. San Antonio, Texas.
Howdy, Ags. Andrew Monaco, the voice of the Aggies, inviting you to watch all A&M games at the Angry Elephant at 281 in Redland Road. Owned by Chip Ingram, class of '98, the Angry Elephant is known for their liberal cocktails at conservative prices and the best hot dog in Texas. Since 2012, the Angry Elephant's been the place to watch A&M, and this year is no different. Just down from the Big Blind, right next to the Rue Pub at 281 in Redland Road. The Angry Elephant. Like your bar, love your Aggies. Gig 'em.
When I wake up
The best mornings
in the morning light,
start with Wrangler.
I pull on my jeans and I feel alright.
Jeans, jackets, and shirts that get your day started. Good mornings make for better days. Wrangler, for the ride of life.
Ready to kick off your holiday shopping early? Ulta Beauty's early Black Friday event is here with up to 40% off the best gifts for everyone on your list, even you. Snag $15 cleansers from brands like Tula and Philosophy, plus $10 minis from brands like MAC and Urban Decay that deliver big joy in little packages. And don't miss 40% off select YSL and Armani fragrances. Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
At the Institute for Functional Health, we're dedicated to helping you live life fully, playing with your kids, golfing, and feeling great without relying on pills. We're not about treating symptoms temporarily. We're about extending your health span, the years you live in good health. I'm Dr. Torres, and for over a decade, my team has transformed lives by tackling health issues at the root. Tired of medications without real answers? Take control of your health with us. Call 210-468-1891 for a free Discovery Day consultation or visit iffhealth.com. Improve your health span today.
Finding the perfect gifts for everyone on your list takes time, and the holidays can get a little busy. So let Macy's help you get a jump on your shopping with our Black Friday sale happening right now. It's your chance to find the best deals on the best gifts before the holiday rush, like cozy puffers and coats and more of the season's best styles. So get your gifts at Macy's now, and when you're cool, calm, and collected during holiday crunch time, you'll have yourself and Macy's to thank. Savings off already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
It's the Morning Huddle with AJ Hoffman and Rob Thompson.
All right. Let's take a look at what's going on in the world outside of sports. Movies continue to struggle. Red One, the Santa Claus movie starring The Rock.
His vehicle.
The Rock says that his $250 million movie budget took in $34 million on opening weekend.
Well,
and as we know, it doesn't go up from there. No, you normally don't have $34 million on opening weekend and then, $120 million on the next weekend. That's not how it usually goes.
I wonder what they expected out of it. I don't know if they thought this was going to be a big one, because I know that if Gladiator doesn't come through, that's the thing that every movie buff and both on the business side and the entertainment side, if no one goes to see Gladiator, or it's either Gladiator or the new Disney, Wicked. If no one goes to those, if we're not seeing record numbers, it's every other movie that's hoping people are going to Gladiator and Wicked because they're going to get there and go, oh, we'll just see the other one because this one's sold out. Those two will pull the other movies up, but if they don't go, man, I don't know what we're going to do as far as blockbuster movies anymore.
Now, normally I would say, well, yeah, you made a movie about Santa Claus being kidnapped from the North Pole and it didn't work out. I can't believe it. Who greenlit this? But in this instance, normally you can take a really bad plot and say, and The Rock is in it.
Put The Rock in it.
And then it makes money.
And have him open alone. There was nothing else that came out this week.
That's how you make money is, okay, what's our idea? I don't know. Let's throw a bunch of crap together and put The Rock in it, and it'll make money. And historically, that has worked. Clearly, there's a dynamic shift here where that doesn't work anymore. A Sarasota, Florida man was arrested on Thursday as he pulled up to Mar-a-Lago and asked to speak with the president-elect, Donald Trump. 52-year-old Farbad Dolat was, he decided that he was going to go talk to the president. And, the president is a man of the people, and he said, I'm one of the people. I want to talk to him. The man drove a rental car that was listed under a woman's name, and when police contacted the woman, she told them that she and the suspect were planning on buying a vehicle, but when she went into a bank yesterday to withdraw money, he took off in the rental car without her permission. So this guy,
Trump for money.
I'm sure that was his plan. It looks like he didn't get to talk to President Trump.
Oh.
He's facing charges of vehicle theft and operating a motor vehicle without a valid license. That is the third person, at least the third person, to be arrested at Mar-a-Lago in the last 2 months. Just because you voted for Donald Trump doesn't mean he wants you to show up at his house.
No. I can tell you, unless you donated, he doesn't want you at your house, and you better have donated about 7 figures.
Yeah.
Before you're
if
Even
you,
then, he don't care.
If you replied to the text and gave him $20, he doesn't care.
No.
God, dude, I'll give it credit where it's due. Now, it could be the audience that was there, but the Donald with
at the Garden with all the
Elon Musk, Kid Rock, Robert Kennedy, Jelly Roll, who I didn't know was a MAGA type,
and Tulsi Gabbard, who I believe is a witch.
They were all there, and everybody loved him. Everybody, like the crowd was going crazy for him, and I was like, "This is in New York City."
This is surreal, man.
I was not expecting it, so
I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, Triple H was there, shaking hands with the president.
I literally, it was a good or bad. It was a fully on staged political event that had UFC fighting on the side. That's what that was. That was Dana. That was all that I don't think initially it was meant to be that, but it became that.
But if I told you, where could the president show up outside of, like, say, Portland or Seattle? But like, you would think New York City and L.A., those are places where it'd be like, eh. Now, if this
I
was
don't think he was safe outside of MSG. I imagine there were protesters on everywhere he turned, but inside the building, he was amongst friends.
I just mean,
the environment of New York, they didn't vote for him.
I would have thought that, like, if they were going to do something like that, they would do it in a show in Kansas City, Missouri, or Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
But like, if he'd shown up at the Jake Paul Mike Tyson fight, of course they would have loved. The fact that he showed up at MSG and was loved, I was like, wow.
I've never seen anything like it.
So big weekend for the president-elect. A Florida woman, another Florida woman, Veronica Torres, is charged with filing a false public assistance claim. She's 44. She allegedly used her mother's name, driver's license, and Social Security number to file for hurricane disaster assistance. She was claimed she had to move out of her home due to hurricane damage, and made a request for around $8,000. It was approved. And officer said when she arrived to pick up her check, the employee said that she looked much younger than the woman on the application.
What? Do you have to supply a picture?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And she explained it by saying she'd had Botox treatments. So she was asked to return the following day, which she did. And, of course, the following day, the police were there. They questioned her and arrested her.
So they sent her away, and they said, that's not you. And then come back tomorrow.
Come back tomorrow, and we'll figure this out.
She went back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Had to come back and get her $8,000.
No.
I would have just, at that point, I'm throwing out the plot. I'm like,
done.
I lost this one. I ain't going back here.
Now
You tell me to come back tomorrow. I know what that means.
Well, now she has a place to stay.
That's true.
And some free clothes.
It's true.
Yeah.
Finally, this is a tough story to tell without getting into the muck. I'll show you the headline, Rob, and you tell me how the best way to describe this.
Oh, gosh.
A man is accused of
releasing?
Yes. Releasing pleasure and joy onto a woman in a bar. In Evansville, Indiana, the Break Time Bar and Grill took a report from a woman that 43-year-old Brian Kennebeck had released his joy upon her. The victim told police they saw he had been sitting at the bar. He came up behind her and committed the act as she stood up to speak to someone. They spoke with the owner of the bar, who showed video footage.
That's pretty good timing.
And in the video, Evansville police say a man can be seen sitting at the bar, exposed and fondling himself.
Okay.
As the video continues, they see the man get up at the same time as the victim and that he appeared to rub himself against her, and that was all it took was just that.
I don't know how you come back from this, man.
He must have got the pellets.
Must be. He needs to give blood.
I don't know what you do. At that point, if that was to happen to me,
oh my God!
I want you
if
to
you're the
treat
victim
me,
or the
well, if you're the victim, I want you to treat me like I just fell into a vat of plutonium. I want you to treat me like I have got some. I want to be hosed down, scrubbed down. You know, you can surround me with hazmat suits and brushes and whatever is required. Feel free to do it.
These are the charges. I've never heard this last charge. Kennebec is charged with public indecency. Makes sense. Okay. Public nudity.
Partially. At least the naughty bits.
And battery by bodily waste.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, wait a minute. So I could do. You could be accused of three different things here.
Yeah.
Does snot count as bodily waste?
Yes.
So if I blew snot on you, could I get battery?
Yes.
All right. I like this law.
Or
I'm
if
liking
you
this.
spit on someone, right?
Now in Texas, this happens. You can get them with the needed killing defense.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Why'd you kill him? Well, look at the video.
There
Yeah.
you go.
Well, there you
Look
go.
what he did.
Case closed.
And Texans are like, okay.
You
well,
did
there
what?
you go.
Oh, yeah. You had to kill him.
What's funny is like the guy. I mean, it's not he's not like
So he was
traditionally handsome, but he's not like a troll. He's a normal looking dude. He looks kind of like Ryan Fitzpatrick, quite honestly.
I want to know where his hands are right now.
He's got a big beard and like, decent haircut. Looks like a guy who's got a job.
Okay.
How many beers does it take you to feel like you're okay doing that in a bar, like standing up and, yep, I'm just going to take care of this right here?
Was
I'm
that
gonna say
wrong?
5.
No, 5?
Well, for me, 5.
I want to party with you, cowboy.
Say, Rob and I drank a 12-pack at my house the other night, and none of that happened.
Oh, okay.
5. Cheap
Was
date.
it Carbach? Or
It was.
something
It was Crawford Bach.
Crawford Bach.
Mead.
Mead, you had a...
5 meads, and I'm skating everywhere.
I bet.
Oh, my. Dude, I don't know. I don't know if this guy's married. If he is,
anymore.
Can you imagine like having to explain to your wife what you got arrested for? Hey, honey, can you come pick me up?
Yeah.
There's no.
What happened?
Well.
Or like whoever bails you out, like your mom or your dad has to come down to the police station.
Let me tell you,
can't
this
call
is
your
not
buddy.
the first time they've dealt with this.
The police?
Oh, with him.
Oh,
this dude,
you think he's a habitual?
You think that his first,
habitual line crawl? He's a habitual line
Officer,
stepper.
I've never ever done this before.
A habitual
You're
line
in
stepper.
mid-30s, dude. You've done this more than once.
Oh, man, that's awful.
I feel bad for that gal.
No, that's what I'm saying, man. The scrubbing, you'd have to replace the skin. What? I don't know how you come back from that.
I don't know.
You don't.
You don't come back.
There's a few things you just don't come back from, and that's one of them.
I'm out. I'm gonna go live with John Bones Jones up in the mountains.
Yeah.
And just when you need me, call me down. But
old
right
Jim
now,
Tom.
I gotta go.
I'm gonna live in a cabin in the woods like
Somewhere.
the Unabomber.
Yeah.
I'm plotting. I'm plotting my revenge on society.
Something, man.
That's probably what happened to the Unabomber.
I was just out of the
That's
bar.
why he was so angry
and
And
that happened.
embarrassed. He was embarrassed.
I decided I was going to mail bombs to anybody who would open the box. So I'm out. I gave life a shot. I gave it a try, and this happened to be at a barn in Evansville, Indiana.
This is like
I'm out.
A superhero origin story or a supervillain origin story. Like, why did she turn into such an evil person?
Well, she was out at a bar in
that
Evansville,
Spider-Man,
Indiana.
then?
Yeah, it's like she got bitten by a magic spider. No, it was just some dude
Yeah.
who decided to release his joy onto her.
It was all over after that.
It was all over her back.
That's it, man. I'm out. I'm done. Just check it out. Just sell my stuff. I'm heading to the mountains.
Yeah.
It's all over. I gave it a good shot.
I don't know who's more embarrassed, the victim or the
victim is going to suffer.
Or the assailant.
Because every waking moment, you'll just go, oh, God. You know what happened to me? Oh, God.
No. Wake up with nightmares. Yeah, I don't think the dry cleaner is going to get that out. All right, when we come back, we'll take a look at the daily lines. It's the Morning Huddle on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Hour.
It's The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2.
Coming up Monday on The Blitz, we're going to be live out at the Roo Pub getting you ready for that Texas showdown, Cowboys and Texans.
Plus, we will talk with Jeff Traylor at 5:15 about his UTSA Roadrunners.
The Blitz starts at 2.
Live at the Roo.
The Blitz with Jason and Joe. Afternoons at 2 on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
GiveMeTheVin.com salutes the movies. Ben-Hur, starring Charlton Heston, had its world premiere on this day in 1959. It would go on to win an unprecedented 11 Academy Awards. If it's time to sell your chariot, you'll be one happy Roman when you sell your car to GiveMeTheVin.com. Just enter your VIN or license plate number and get a great offer fast. So don't roam around. Go to GiveMeTheVin.com. Sell us your car.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Jason Minix here from The Blitz for Underdog Fantasy, the place to play if you're a sports fan looking to win money while watching sports. And I love playing the Pick'em game at Underdog Fantasy, where you can win up to 1,000 times your money just by choosing higher or lower on player stats. Think basketball, think football. You can mix, you can match across your other favorite sports and leagues and win money watching sports. And this season, Underdog will be running a special promo or bonus almost every single day, like Profit Boost. Pump up your winnings in just a tap when you apply the boost to eligible entries. Discounts, you'll get adjusted projections on certain player stats to give you a better shot at the win, and they're basically a sure thing with their free picks. A player just has to get higher than 0.5 for that stat pick to win. All new users get a free pick. So download the app, sign up with promo code STAR and deposit now to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash instantly. Promo code STAR. Must be 18 or over, present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org.
Ready to kick off your holiday shopping early? Ulta Beauty's early Black Friday event is here with up to 40% off the best gifts for everyone on your list, even you. Snag $15 cleansers from brands like Tula and Philosophy, plus $10 minis from brands like MAC and Urban Decay that deliver big joy in little packages. And don't miss 40% off select YSL and Armani fragrances. Get all the best gifts all at Ulta Beauty. Head in store today.
I don't feel so good.
You do feel hot. Dayquil Kids will take care of that fever.
What about my cough?
Dayquil Kids has that covered.
Will it make my throat feel better?
Yes, that too.
But will it taste good?
Yep, Dayquil Kids comes in your favorite flavor.
Purple?
Well, yes, it's grape.
Try new Dayquil Kids Plus Fever, the daytime coughing, aching, sore throat fever just for kids medicine. Safe for kids 6+. Use as directed.
Let me ask you a question. Is your roof ready for anything? Well, Stevens Roofing, a locally owned company, has been serving our community for decades. Whether it's a commercial project or residential, or repairing your old roof, or maybe installing a new one, they've got you covered. And now Stevens offers solar. Stevens Solar Solutions can save you money and energy. Stevens Roofing, quality craftsmanship, solar solutions, and local expertise under one roof. Call 210-785-0994 or go to stevensroofing.net.
All right, when it comes to getting life insurance for your family, a lot of excuses can get in the way. But ask yourself this. If something were to happen to me, who would pay the mortgage, the kids' education, and the other bills? Then forget the excuses and check out Ethos Life, the online, easy way to get life insurance in 10 minutes. Ethos has rates that you can afford, like a $500,000 policy for a 40-year-old male starting at $1 a day or $30 a month, with a few health questions and no medical exam. Get your free quote right now at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com. Not available in all states. Rates do vary.
When you've got a big job to do, never compromise. Hi, I'm John Ewald with Ewald Kubota. Get the power, comfort, and quality you need by choosing Kubota rental equipment. Excavators, skid loaders, track loaders, RTVs, or mowers. At Ewald Kubota, we have the machine you need when you need it. Rent by the day, week, or month. We know you want the dependable equipment Kubota is known for, and we can even deliver it to you. From the Gulf of Mexico to the hill country of Texas, for over 75 years, Ewald Kubota is your Kubota dealer.
So this new dose is, nope, that's not it. The price is nowhere to be found.
Mr. Green?
Hi, it's all good. We've got this.
This is not just help from a Walgreens pharmacist.
New prescriptions. Cool. Let me check to see if these are the lowest cost options covered by your Medicare plan.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. This is someone supporting you every step of the way. Chat with a pharmacist today to find help saving. This is the human kind of help. Walgreens.
If you get arrested, get out of jail fast by calling AA Best Bail Bonds, 210-225-2121. Text bail to 474747 or online at mybestbailbonds.com. You don't have to call attorneys or anybody else. Don't be forced into a PR bond. If the jail offers you one, make sure you understand the conditions before accepting it. AA Best Bail Bonds. Nobody beats their price. They have payment plans. Call 210-225-2121 or mybestbailbonds.com.
License number 149. Diamonds Direct's biggest and most spectacular sale of the year is starting now. For the first time, it's bigger than ever. Take 20% off virtually everything. Rings, earrings, pendants, bracelets, everything to make this holiday sparkle. This weekend, we're decking the halls with an expanded selection and top designers' appearances in the store. 20% off now through Sunday. Skip the Black Friday madness this year with Diamonds Direct. Open all weekend. For the best selection, quality, and price, shop direct. Get details at diamondsdirect.com.
This is Jason Minix. You're listening to 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
Yeah, wrapping it up on a Monday. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
When the Cowboys don't lose.
Oh, you're going to have a case of the Mondays tomorrow.
The Aggies and the Longhorns. A lot of people woke up in pretty good mood this weekend.
Yeah, how cool was that? You wake up and, Cowboys didn't lose on a Monday.
Yeah, you only get that a couple times a year.
Probably pretty awesome for you Cowboys fans out there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, Tuesday sucks, but
there's
Monday.
always tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's always tomorrow. But at least you've got today, and let's keep in mind that today is what matters. Let's take a look at the daily lines.
It's the Morning Huddle's look at the daily lines with AJ and Rob on 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
You covered, yeah!
I was surprised at how many teams in the NBA were playing today, given that all these Emirates Cup games happen on Tuesday.
Oh.
So you'd think it'd be a light slate Monday, but it's a pretty full board today, and then everybody's playing tomorrow because of the Emirates Cup. So the Bulls are at the Pistons. The Pistons -4.5.
Get used to this line. Get used to the Pistons getting more and more love.
And
They're getting better.
Get used to the Bulls being more and more. I mean, the Rockets beat the Bulls by 100 yesterday.
Yeah, I think I like this. Cade Cunningham had him a game winner the other night.
Yep.
Pistons are a much better basketball team. They're not, they're like the Spurs. There's a long way to go. But
and they're in the Eastern Conference,
Yeah.
so they've got. I mean, they may end up in the playoffs.
Yeah, I like this. The 4.5. I like that number.
Heat -3.5 hosting the Sixers. Actually, just switched to 3. So Sixers money coming in, and I think that makes sense. Embiid's back, I expect. Although, if you're the Sixers and you've got an Emirates Cup game tomorrow.
Yeah, the Heat are in the midst of an existential who are we going to be and who are we now crisis, because they could probably fasten together a playoff run. There's enough understanding of how to win basketball games on that team to do it. But they don't got to do enough to do much else. And I think they're looking at the trade deadline and trying to figure out who they are. I wouldn't be surprised to see a couple of losses just fall in here to kind of help them to make the decision as to who they're going to be.
Wizards are +14 in New York against the Knicks. God, the Wizards are so bad.
Yeah, it's not like the Knicks are great. It's not like they're playing out of their minds. But
here's a number I like. I normally don't look too much at road favorites, but Pacers -4 in Toronto. We just talked about the Raptors. How it doesn't seem like they have any real interest in trying to win. Pacers they've had a disappointing start. I still think they're better than their record says they are. So that's a team I'd look to back right now. Rockets catching 3.5 in Milwaukee. I don't know who's a better team now.
I don't know, man. You're not going to see this line very often.
No.
I wouldn't have thought we'd seen it, but right now, No, I don't like them. That's a tough one to ask the Rockets to do. It really is. That's a tough ask.
Laying 4. Magic are road favorites in Phoenix.
This is so strange.
With no KD. I mean, that's the...
Well, no KD, no Paolo. And like you said earlier in the show, for whatever reason, the Magic have found a formula to win. They're not better without Paolo, but they found a formula that works, which should scare the crap out of the rest of the East for what this team's going to look like in late March.
Yeah. Sacramento, 4.5-point home favorites hosting the Hawks.
Come on.
Go Kings. Go Kings. And the Golden State Warriors laying 4.5 in the L.A. against the Clippers. I again, probably look at the road favorite there. Normally don't like to, but it seems the way it'll go.
Talking Sacramento, what did De'Aaron Fox go for this weekend? Do you have 100 points over the weekend?
That feels like that, yeah. I don't know if that was
goodness.
the total, but yeah.
That's a team. We watched them play the other night. They looked lacking due to injury. Well, they still are missing Monk, but that offense, that's how they're going to go places with De'Aaron doing that.
Yeah, and DeMar DeRozan when he's up for it.
Just a bucket.
Yeah, they find a way. Let's look at the college basketball scoreboard tonight. We've got the Iowa State Hawkeyes. The Iowa State Cyclones. 35.5-point favorites against IU Indianapolis.
Ooey pooey?
Yeah, that's what it used to be. They've changed it. They didn't like the ooey pooey. So
that's
now they're
unfortunate.
IU Indianapolis. Pig Suey, 21.5-point favorites against Pacific.
I don't know anything about Pacific.
I mean, they'll probably get run by Arkansas.
Yeah, they should. They should carry this easy, but I don't know anything about Pacific.
Auburn minus 29.5 against North Alabama. North Alabama is 3-1. They've got a win at Air Force. They beat UT Martin, and I think that they are going to lose by 50 tonight against Auburn. I'm not saying North Alabama's bad, but they're going against a team that there's not a player on North Alabama's roster that got a sniff from Auburn. And they can be mad about it all they want, but there's a reason why Auburn didn't sniff those kids.
As long as they don't beat each other up, they're going to beat you.
And the late night game, Gonzaga, number 4 team in the country, Gonzaga, 11.5-point favorites on the road at San Diego State. It should be a pretty decent game, although San Diego State, I don't think they are what they were.
But they play, I don't care who they're rolling out, they're going to play a lot of defense.
They are.
It's just going to be hard to score on them.
Total's 150.5 in that game. So there you go.
Like the under on San Diego State. Watching Auburn tonight, Tahad Pettiford. Remember that name.
Okay.
Tahad Pettiford, he can play.
The Texans, 7-point favorites in Dallas, total down to 41 flat, not 41.5 anymore. You got any reason to have confidence that the Cowboys can pull off an upset here?
No, I'm trying to find what a moral victory would look like. What would be a moral victory for the Cowboys? Holding Mixon under 100 yards?
You know what I'll say this sounds dumb, but remember I just told you last week they became the first team in the history of the NFL, to trail in 5 consecutive home games by at least 20 points. That's never happened to any other team in history. Wow. I think it would be a moral victory if they don't fall behind by 20 in this game, right?
I was looking for something that you can hang your hat on. So when he didn't get beat by 20, that's the moral victory?
No, because
basically,
if you get beat by 10, that's a moral victory.
Well, I think that's the moral victory we're chasing. It's just there's so many things that needed to get fixed, even if they fixed half of them. You know, the other half are going to be the reason you get your ass kicked. It's just so much to get done.
I'm going to go 17-10. Texans get the job done.
Well, so you like the 7?
Well, I mean, it's right on the number. 17. Yeah. I think I don't feel there's value either way. I think there's value on the under. I think that's it. I think it's a lower scoring game. 41's a low number, but I think that's appropriate. No, I don't expect to have a lot of fun watching this game tonight. I'll say that.
I will say this. I would like to see McCarthy in this instance kind of pull a Tomlin or maybe a Harbaugh. I don't care how you do it. I don't care if you have to roll out and run in a wing tee or some kind of weird option offense with Trey Lance. Just do everything you can to just win the game. Don't try to stick with, well, we're going to win it with our offense and our balance. No, if it takes loading 11 guys on the line of scrimmage on second down, do that, and if you get beat deep, what the hell? At least you dared greatly. Don't go in and half-ass this and try to call a play that helps Cooper Rush's growth. Play to win the game instead of just finding your depth.
Cooper Rush, 175.5 passing yards, higher or lower?
Lower.
Passing touchdowns, higher or lower than a half?
I'd say higher.
Lower.
He's going to throw a touchdown pass.
No, he won't.
You don't think so?
No.
30.
Well, they're not going to run one in. I can tell you that.
It'll be like Pittsburgh. There's nothing but
I think
field
if they're
goals.
going to score, it's going to be from about 20 yards out on a pass to a tight end, and they lose. They score 10 points.
Higher, lower, 19.5 completions.
Lower. I say
13.
15.
Remember, they're going to be throwing. They're going to be behind.
They're going to have to throw. That's what I'm going to say. I think
15?
What do we have a better on attempts? Let's talk
32 passing
See, I like
attempts.
the 32. I'll take the over on that.
Okay.
33 attempts.
Higher, lower, half an interception.
Oh. But no, the reason I equivocate on this one is the one thing I'm telling him, if I want to end every series with a kick.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd rather go, 3 and out and not pick up a yard. So I'm not going to put Rush in any situation to throw an interception. I'm going to say under.
Longest completion, 29.5 yards.
On either side?
For Cooper Rush.
Who's he going to find 29 yards downfield?
That's what I'm saying.
Is he going to have enough time?
That feels like the way to, he ain't throwing for a 30-yard completion.
That's a Hail Mary to them.
CD over or higher, lower, 5.5 receptions.
I think that's a higher. I think he's going to, what else are you going to do? It might be everything behind the line of scrimmage, but he's going to touch the ball a lot.
Joe Mixon, 89.5 rushing yards.
See, this is the pivot point question right there. If he gets 89, there is no hope.
No, I think you're right. Daily Lines brought to you by SA Card House, San Antonio's premier card house located at 281 and Bitters. That'll do it for us, friends. The Blitz is out at the Roo Pub today. Go by and say hey to them. Tell Joe Reinagle to buy you a beer, and then watch the Cowboys Texans with him.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow. Same bat time, same bat channel. Morning Huddle 94.1 San Antonio Sports Star.
On your ride to work.